the afternoon.
Tayo inaharap sa napakalaking hamon dahil sa pandemya ng COVID-19. Meron tayong sitwasyon na bawal lumabas yung mga bata. Meron tayong sitwasyon na dapat pangalagaan natin ang bawat isa, lalo na ang kalusugan. So paano yung edukasyon? Paano natin pagpapatuloy na matuto pa rin yung mga anak natin, matuto pa rin yung mga bata kahit nasa bahay? Yung Buena Vista Elementary School, Buena Vista West District Sorsogon City.
Or second day ng webinar series na Student Leadership.
Leadership in distance learning.
Ulitin namin.
Sige.
Student Leadership in Distance
Distance learning.
Learning. Yan. It's day 2. And welcome po sa inyong lahat. Welcome, Dicomsinians. Welcome to...
Our second day of
Mm-mm.
Leadership Webinar Workshop Series with the theme Student Leadership in Distance Learning.
Yes, at we would like to greet first all our listeners via radio. Dito po sa Care 104.3 The Way FM at lahat po ng ating mga Facebook Live viewers kahit brand out sa ibang
Yes.
areas. Thank you
Nanonood
for
pa rin
joining
sila.
us. Yes.
Yes.
May gusto ka bang batiin, Jasper?
I would like to greet my classmates third year B Ed Block 4 and for all my friends. Yan po.
Wow, shout out agad si Jasper. By the way, let us introduce muna ang ating mga sarili. I'm Clarence Faith
And I am Jasper Vicencio, your College Student Council Business Manager. Good afternoon po.
Good afternoon po sa inyong lahat. Sana po ay gising na gising kayo ngayong
Yes.
hapon. Because ano nga bang dapat nilang i-anticipate sa ating webinar,
Yes, of
Jasper?
course. Ngayong hapon ay pag-uusapan natin at tutulungan tayo ng ating mga speakers to know our purpose and for us to be empowered and to help us to develop our leadership. And ano ba yung mga bagay or characteristic or character na dapat ma-adapt or i-apply ng isang good leader?
At sa tingin mo ba very practical at napaka-relevant nito?
Yes, of course, because as a leader, we have always think of kung ano ba ang dapat maging action natin towards sa ating mga nasasakupan or sa mismong team na meron tayo.
So, I'm excited. Ikaw, excited
Yes,
ka ba?
sobrang excited ako.
Oo, medyo nagkabulol-bulol nga kami ng slide sa sobrang excitement. But we are so happy to introduce to you later. Later, meron po tayong dalawang speakers. So,
Yes.
abangan nyo po sila and baka another amazing discussion po ang aabangan natin mamaya. But
Yes.
first, meron bang mga kailangan silang maalala or gawin before we start?
Yes, of course. Let us make sure po na tayo po ay nakapost eval. Then we have to make sure that we are going to follow all the etiquettes that being discussed last Saturday, and of course we have to apply it and practice it as well ngayong
Mm.
pong hapon na 'to.
So, wag po nating kakalimutan to fill out the
Eval
post-evaluation
yes, right
form.
after ng ating webinar ngayong hapon.
And bago 'yan, Jasper, nasa second day na tayo ng
Yes.
student leadership. Meron ka pa bang naalala doon sa day 1?
Yes, nung day one sobra talagang
Mm.
intense or talagang maganda yung topic na pinag-usapan.
Mm.
Ang naalala ko lang talaga doon is yung diniscuss ni Sir Andres about the communication sa loob ng
Oo.
mismong team or ng grupo na kung saan diniscuss yung conflict, and in order for us to resolve that problem, that conflict, we have to have a communication sa atin. Dapat
Mm.
natin pag-usapan, and talagang sobra malaman talagang
Mm.
maraming learnings ang nakuha ng ating mga viewers and listeners.
Oo, kaya kung meron pa kayong naaalala or parang
Yes,
memorable na natutunan nyo doon sa day 1, pwede nyo rin pong i-comment.
nag-comment.
So, shout out sa mga early birds.
Wow.
Sila Nino Perez Arenas, nandyan na. Si Mark Anthony Sarsuela. Si Annalisa Alvarado. Jamaica Royo. Clarice Marinas from BEd Block 20. Second year. Hello sa inyo, sa mga shout out naman po sa mga second year students ko.
Yes.
Sana ay nanonood kayo ngayong hapon. And syempre nandito din kasama po namin ang ating CSC advisor ng DCOMC, si Sir Arnold. Sino pa
Nagdalosa.
ba ang mga kasama
Kasama rin
natin?
po namin ang aming chairperson na si Sir Robert Molina, and the other CSE officers like si
Mhm.
Miss Hanily, Ria Lisa, and si Joven po.
Yes, and of course, we would also like to greet our college administrator, Dr.
Dr. Joey
Joey.
M. Zamora. And also, we would like to thank and greet
Mm-mm.
our college dean,
Yes.
Dr.
Mm-mm.
Melvin M. Guyena, and of course, the viewers and the other staff of DCOMC.
Mm-mm.
Maraming salamat po.
At kahit po hindi kayo from DCOMC, you may
Yes.
participate and listen to our webinar this
And you
afternoon.
can also share this FB Live para po mas marami ang ma-reach
Mm.
out and talagang marami ang manunood ngayong hapon.
Yes po. And meron ba silang gagamiting hashtag?
Yes, don't forget to use the hashtag be an effective leader. And the second one is hashtag student leadership in distance learning.
Yes. Okay, so by the way, ano ba yung mga objectives nitong webinar?
Yes, we have three objectives webinar nito. First, to produce and develop a sense of service and responsibility among leaders for the welfare of the organization, the institution, and the community as well. The second one is to improve productivity, promote better decision making, build better teams, and train future leaders. And the last one is to equip them with knowledge and skills that they will need being a student leader, not
Mm-mm.
only in school but also on the society.
Yes, so wow, ang gaganda ng mga objectives,
Yes.
So, para daw po ma-develop ang inyong mga leadership skills such as yung pag-organize, ano pa. So, lahat ay mahalagang mga skills na ito sa anumang field, okay?
Yes.
And next is to improve productivity. Yan. So, marami ngayong mga students stress na stress. Ikaw,
Yes.
Jasper, na-stress ka ba sa yung academics?
Sort of po, pero normal naman po talaga siya, and
Mhm.
talaga na-encounter siya ng mga students. But then, we must manage it. Hindi tayo
Mm.
basta-basta dapat magpatalo sa stress. Dapat enjoy pa rin natin ang ating academics.
Yes.
Yan.
So, yun nga, ngayong hapon, ituturo daw sa atin how we can be productive
Yes.
kahit na marami kayong mga academic loads. And this webinar will also help you how to promote better decision making
Yes.
and build better teams. Yan. And also to equip you with your
Knowledge
knowledge
and
and
skills.
skills in leadership. Meron ka bang gusto pang batiin or mga i-shout out dyan sa mga ating mga viewers or listeners?
So, shout out po sa aming kapartner ko sa CSC, si Mark James. And sa second year Filipino A from Mark Anthony Galliano Sarsuela, and kay Miss Tessa Militante Lindo, watching po from BS at English 2 E. Shout out po sa inyong lahat. And
Mm.
kay Faye Cardenia Vita, good afternoon po from BS Ed 2 English E. Yun. And
Mm.
kay Den Oserin, yan. Grabe mga greetings. Good afternoon po sa inyong lahat and thank you for watching our webinar.
At sabi ni Jobert Besmonte, super stress na daw siya. So, kalma lang tayo ngayong hapon,
Yes.
relax.
Relax
Sit,
lang.
pero
Let's
wag
enjoy
naman
this moment.
wag naman masyadong relax baka makatulog sila. So, let us now ano na ba, introduce na ba natin ang ating speaker?
Yes, wag na natin itong papatagalin kasi alam ko na handa na kayong makinig sa ating first speaker.
Yeah, so let's call Rhea to introduce to us our first speaker this afternoon.
Good day, Dicomsinians! Good day, dear listeners! Welcome to day 2 of our webinar workshop series with the theme Student Leadership in Distance Learning. First of all, I would like to greet our college administrator, Dr. Joey M. Zamora, our college dean, Dr. Melvin M. Guyena, our success coordinator, Mr. J.F. Nasset, our college student council advisor, Mr. Arnold Amdulosa, our guidance counselor, Ms. Josefina Basilia, and to the staff of CARE 104.3 DYFM, good afternoon. Our first speaker for today is known as Mark. To his peers, he has been deemed as a weaver of connections because of his belief that everyone is interconnected and related. His passion to connect everyone, especially young leaders and youth organizations, to each other towards making a mark together. It is highly shown in his leadership as the curator of the online SDG Youth Action Forum, chief builder of Pass It On, national president of We Make Change Philippines, and his representation fellow for the Ramon Magsaysay Awards Foundation Next Gen Leadership Program 2021, Youth Rapporteur for the special sessions of the United Nations General Assembly 2021 Youth Forum, and other international, regional, and national engagements. He helps and connect young leaders and youth organizations with each other has led him to currently study Masters of Public Administration at the University of the Philippines, Diliman. Mark's passion to weave people and organization with each other has also led him to represent the country in various events and functions of the ASEAN, United Nations, and other functions in the local, regional, national, and international levels, and utilize his gained experience to localize the learnings, collaborate with fellow youths, support each other's initiatives and actions, and continue building sustainable and tangible actions in building a better world for all. Let us welcome Mr. John Mark C. Jacinto.
Andyan na ba ang ating first speaker? So, let us all welcome Mr. Jacinto, who will talk to us about knowing your
Your
purpose.
So much everyone. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Maraming salamat po for having me this afternoon. Thank you so much po sa lahat ng mga organizers po and sa lahat po nag-invite sa akin to talk about knowing your purpose this afternoon. So again, maraming salamat po. I am Mark Jacinto, the curator of the online SDG Youth Action Forum. I'm also the national president of We Make Change Philippines and also the chief builder of Pass It On. So hopefully we're doing well, we're doing great, and maraming salamat ulit for spending our afternoon or Saturday afternoon with us. Alam ko, yung iba sa atin busy, yung iba sa atin maraming ginagawa sa school or sa iba man. But thank you so much again for making time and taking time to attend this student leadership webinar, especially ngayon sa remote setup. So, I'll be sharing my screen. Ayan. Sige, wait lang. Ayan. I'll be sharing my screen ngayong hapon. So, again, maraming salamat po for having me this afternoon. But before that, I want to ask everyone lang. I usually start with asking everyone, kamusta kayo this afternoon? So, again, please comment down in the comment section below. Ayan, kung kumusta tayo this afternoon. So we might be feeling happy, we might be feeling sad, we might be feeling angry, we might be feeling inaantok or naiinitan kasi medyo mainit na yun, hapon din na yun. So comment down in the comment section below, ano po yung nararamdaman natin na yung hapon. So, ayan, nakikita ko sa ating social media, sa ating Facebook na yun, yung ating mga responses. So, tingin lang po kayo sa and comment down lang po tayo sa comment section below. Ano po yung mga nararamdaman natin? Ayan, nakikita ko. Ayan, tinitignan ko na yun. Live tayo sa Facebook. Naka-cellphone ako habang gumagamit po tayo ng presentation. So, yan, nakikita po natin. May mga motivated, may okay, may medyo stress, merong medyo masaya, okay lang, medyo pagod, medyo stress, medyo not so feeling well. So thank you so much for sharing all of your insights and comments na yung hapon po. And if we're feeling well, thank you so much for being here. If we're feeling not so well, thank you so much, Ren. And we hope we can help each other and we can help with one another, especially during these trying times, diba? Lalo na yung COVID-19 pandemic. So, ngayon, bakit ba tayo nandito na yung araw? I was asked to talk about knowing your purpose. Pero kayo, sa ating comment section, sa ating Facebook Live, feel free to share kung bakit ba tayo nandito na yung araw. Ayan, sige, titignan natin ulit sa ating comment section. Titignan ko ulit sa ating Facebook kung bakit ba tayo nandito na yung araw. Sige, comment down lang tayo kung bakit ba tayo nandito na yung araw. Baka dahil sa grade, required tayong pumunta na yon, napilitan para lang magkaroon ng additional incentive. Sige, comment down lang natin below yung reasons natin why are we here na yung hapon. Sige. To learn yan, para matuto, para magkaroon ng bagong perspectives, ma-learn. So, how about the others? Kasi iba, may ibang purpose. Baka yung iba, kailangan lang sa klase. Wala namang problema yun kung ganun lang yung reasons natin yan. To be a learn, to be a good leader and such. And we have different purposes on why we are here today. And usually, may iba't iba din tayong purpose kung bakit tayo nandito, sumali, or bakit tayo ginagawa to. So, now I was asked to talk about purpose. Napakalaking word. But I was asked to talk about purpose and knowing your purpose, especially now during the COVID-19 pandemic. And siguro yung meaning ng purpose natin is to know why we do what we do. Bakit ba natin ginagawa yung mga ginagawa natin? Bakit tayo nandito? Bakit tayo kumakain? Bakit tayo nag-aaral? Bakit tayo nag-Facebook? Or bakit tayo gumagamit ng social media? May mga different reasons and purposes tayo on why we do what we do or why we do certain things, especially now as we go to the COVID-19 pandemic. So, next is, yun nga, I always introduce this whenever I do talks, yung golden circle. So, meron pong golden circle na in-institute. It's by Simon Sinek. Hindi ko po alam kung kilala nyo siya. Pero we have a golden circle wherein we focus on the why and the how and the what. Yung why po is yung purpose on why we do things. Bakit natin ginagawa to? Ano yung reason natin? Ano yung pinapaniwalaan natin? Bakit natin ginagawa to? And then, inaano natin to with our how. Binabaka pa natin to with our how. Yung how natin is paano natin gagawin and paano natin ma-achieve yung bakit natin. Yung purpose natin, yung reasons natin, and yung motivations natin on doing things. So, it can be certain things na gusto natin gawin para ma-attain yung why na yon. And after nun, yung what naman. Yung what is yung result pag nagawa natin yung how and pag na-achieve natin yung why. So, yan po, napakadali pong framework nan. Pwede nyo rin pong tignan yan sa ating online, sa ating search. And malaki po magiging magagawa po niyan pag naintindihan po natin yan towards further understanding how can we maximize ourselves, especially now in the new normal. Lalo na po na yun, we have different issues that are happening around our country or around the world, such as yung climate crisis. Ayan, napakainit, di ba? Sige, comment down nga natin below 1 if naiinitan tayo na yung afternoon. Ayan, sobrang init kasi na yun eh. Sige, again, comment down 1 below, comment down 1 sa ating Facebook Live if naiinitan po tayo na yung hapon. Sige, comment down po tayo. I want to see different answers kung nakikinig po tayo, and also engaged na rin po ito kung nanonood po tayo din na yun. So yan, marami ako nakikitang maraming naiinitan na yung hapon. And it can be related to our climate crisis na ang laki ng epekto sa atin din and sa ating health. Lalo na po na yun sa COVID-19 pandemic. Napakainit na yun. And yung COVID-19 pandemic, napakalaki po na naging impact sa atin. Hindi lang po siya health, but nalaki ang effect on how we do things or how we operate things or how we manage things. Na yun, purely online po tayo nagtutok. Purely online tayo nag-aaral or nagka-classes. So, puro online na po tayo and then napakalaki din po ng naging impact sa ating mental health, sa ating ginagawa, sa ating po mga trabaho at sa iba pong mga bagay-bagay. And then of course, mga civil unrest and other issues that can affect our present and our future. Lalo na po na yun na napakalaki po ng impact sa ating present and future goals na hopefully po magawan po natin ng paraan because lahat po ng ginagawa natin, whether it's related to our personal goals or related po para sa goals or ambition natin para sa bayan, para sa community natin, para sa ating mundo, is nakaka-apekto po both sa ating present and sa ating future. So now, okay, na-introduce ko na po sa inyo yung basic na nangyayari sa atin right now na ano po yung nangyayari sa atin ngayon because of what's happening right now in the country, in the community, in the world. I want to ask, bakit ba natin kailangan malaman yung purpose natin? Why do we need to know our purpose? Sige, comment down nga natin below for you, why do we need to know our purpose? Bakit ba natin kailangan malaman yung purpose natin? So may iba't iba tayong rason. Bakit natin kailangan malaman yung rason or yung motivation natin on why we do what we do? Sige, comment down nga natin below why we need to know our purpose. Sige, we're waiting for some answers. Hopefully po, nakikinig pa po tayo. Thank you so much again to all of the organizers that organized this. So, comment down po tayo below in the comment section. Ano po yung bakit po natin kailangan malaman yung purpose natin? Para po makapag-forward tayo sa gusto nating gawin yan. Thank you so much. To know our worth. And bakit ba tayo nandito? Yun, as I've mentioned kanina. How about the others? How about the others po? Yan, magandang binati ako, magandang hapon. For us to have a worthwhile life. So, meron tayo iba't ibang reason why we need to know our purpose. But usually knowing our purpose means it can give us clear direction on the things we do. Especially on bakit ba natin ginagawa to? Kasi nagbibigay siya ng direction, nagbibigay siya ng clear path sa atin on why we do things. Especially na yun nga, as mentioned, maraming nangyayari. May COVID-19 pandemic, maraming naapektuhan, umiinit yung mundo, maraming nangyayari sa mundo natin. So, having a clear why and a clear purpose will give us a clear path on what we need to do, especially during these trying times. Because I believe, and I think a lot of people believe, that our why really seldomly changes amidst everything. Kahit nagka-bagyo, kahit nagka-pandemic, kahit nagkaroon ng ganito, nagkaroon ng mga personal debacle sa mga ginagawa natin, our why isn't really changing that much. And as long as we have the why and we know why we are doing this, meron tayong clear path on doing things in life. Ayan po. So thank you so much for sharing all of your insights. Now, I want to ask, next naman is, pag nalaman na natin bakit natin ginagawa to and bakit natin kailangan malaman yung purposes natin in life. Now, how do we know and paano natin malalaman yung purposes in life natin? So, meron tayong mga different frameworks that we can do and we can search this in our internet browsers or social media. Like, yung purpose framework wherein we need to know ourselves first. And then after that, we can go higher. We can identify yung beliefs natin, yung values natin, yung identity natin, yung mga focuses natin, and yung strategy natin. That's one. Meron din tayong ikigai. I think a lot of people have been hearing the word ikigai framework na it's a Japanese concept that means a reason for being, na paano mas maging maayos on how we do things in life. So, ma-identify natin ano yung love natin, ano yung need ng mundo natin, ano yung pwede nating makuwang payment, and saan tayo magaling. And then after nun, identifying kung ano talaga yung niche natin. And then, yun nga, may Venn diagram to identify ano yung mga similarities per area. So, meron po tayong different phases of discovery ng ating purpose. So, such as initial discovery, yung resistance, yung deep discovery, and integration and action. So, these are available tools that we can do and we can assess online. Pero hindi ko po masyadong i-dwell to na yun dahil kulang lang po tayo sa oras. Pero we can freely search this, or if you have questions on how to do this, you can directly message me or you can email us to know more about it. And stages of purpose. So marami po yan, mga 4 truths of higher purpose and other different frameworks that we can use, diba, to identify yung purposes. Pero for my end, I just want to introduce you several tips that I want you to consider, and siguro mas padaliin natin yung mga buhay natin kasi frameworks minsan it can get complicated eh. So we try to simplify things, and I always say that it really starts with ourselves, especially if we are helping others. I think to help others is we need to help ourselves first, and we need to find ourselves first. We need to reflect on why we do this, on our beliefs, on our gestures, on our methods, on our practices. Because sino pa ba mas nakakakilala sa atin is yung mga sarili lang naman natin, di ba? So, we can start first with finding ourselves and starting with ourselves first by reflection, by writing down notes, by assessing yourself, your trends, your practices. Ikaw naman makakakilala niyan eh. And then, I think we're already in that age that we already know enough ano yung tama sa mali. 'Di ba? Sabi nga sa isang kanta, reflection, 'di ba? So when will my reflection show who I am inside? So reflection is really needed because yung pagninilay natin can really help us become better persons eh. Kahit magnilay tayo for 5 minutes, mag-meditate tayo, bago tayo matulog, magdasal, kung we are believing Catholics or we are believing in religion, pwede po yan. We have different methods of reflection that we can do towards identifying what we can do to improve ourselves and realizing our purpose. And then after that, yun nga, as mentioned, ma-identify yung ating yung beliefs, yung values, yung ating habits, and other things that can help us identify yung purpose natin or find out yung purpose natin in life. So, napakahalaga to, and you can use the methods, the frameworks that we have used a while ago. Like yun nga, yung purpose framework, yung Ikigai, yung 4 stages of discovery, yung purpose tree. Marami po yan. I can share you the frameworks or you can just search it on Google. Search nyo Ikigai. Search nyo 4 stages of purpose discovery or even yung purpose framework. These are available frameworks na nakita ko lang din online and napapractice natin. Then after nun, I think it's really communicating with others and understanding others with empathy. Kasi may iba't iba po tayong mga perspectives eh. May iba't iba tayong mga paniniwala sa buhay na yung ibang nakikilala natin, kahit nga yung mga parents natin or yung mga kapatid natin or mga kasama natin, meron na kung different perspectives. And I think the best way for us is to communicate and to understand them with empathy, especially during these trying times. And then next is to ask, diba? Magtanong na magtanong, whether to ourselves, to other people, to friends, or even through a simple internet search. We need to ask. We need continuously ask, especially on why we do things, because this will help us further identify bakit natin ginagawa yung mga gusto nating gawin. And then after finding out the asking, ang mahalaga dito is, okay, pag nalaman na natin yung purpose natin, mahirap malaman yung purpose natin, to be honest, but I think mas mahirap ma-maintain and maging consistent sa ating pinaniniwalaang purpose because ang dami ring external factors na nangyayari around us, such as yun nga, COVID-19 pandemic, such as yun, marami tayong natututunan, yung iba, lalo na pag nagkakaroon ng mga awards or nagkakaroon ng mga recognitions, minsan naiiba bigla yung perspectives in life because we feel like, oh, okay, we feel like okay na tayo, we're the best and such. Pero, and minsan naiiba bigla yung why natin and nagiging taliwas na sa pagtulong minsan. So, yung pag-maintain talaga mahirap din eh. Mahirap yung malaman yung purpose natin, pero yung pag nalaman mo na siya, yung pag-maintain nun and pag-sustain nun, mas mahirap po yun kasi yun yung kailangan natin gawin on a daily basis eh, to sustain it and make it consistent and improve it from there. And I think we can do that by communicating to continue to engage, to read, and to learn from each other. So to engage is engage talaga. As in makipag-usap kayo sa iba't ibang tao, with your friends, with your family, with your even yourself on ano yung mga nalalaman nila, ano yung mga nararamdaman nila on certain issues, on certain things, especially if we are building a purpose on why we do things and why we volunteer, di ba? We can continuously engage with people that are affected in different issues or different scenarios. Read. Maganda din po yung magbasa, di ba? Marami po tayong libro po dito and I always try to find time to read. Kahit mga 5 to 10 minutes lang to understand bakit to understand other perspectives because it helps us empathize as well. Yung pagbabasa po ng mga libro, katulad po ng ganito, I have read around 150 books already. It can really help us understand and help us learn from each other as well. And kahit po ako na already been doing a lot of talks and been in a lot of initiatives and efforts already, I always still find time to learn from each other and learn from one another. Lalo na po sa inyo kasi it's always an opportunity to learn a new perspective eh. Na kahit ba feel nyo ako yung mas mataas, hindi po ganun eh. Na we are always still learning from each other and learning from one another pa rin. Kahit po maliit yan o malaki. Diba? And yun po, maganda po is continuously and consistently reflect on our goals. Reflect on our why, how, and what from time to time. And I think maganda pong gamitin yung Sunday to really reflect on why we do things. Kasi wala masyadong ingay, wala masyadong tao, medyo lessen yung traffic, medyo lessen yung stress. It's also a time for us to reflect and recalibrate, especially for the upcoming week. And pwede rin po tayo mag-reflect even in little ways. 5 minutes, kahit ngayon kumakain tayo eh. Mag-allot ka lang ng silent time na walang cellphone, kain ka lang. Tignan mo lang yung surroundings natin. Maganda kasi yung pansinin din yung surroundings around us because it can help us further understand ourselves then in the process, understand other people as well in the process. And if ever possible, maybe we can find an accountability partner or a community that can help us advance ourselves and advance other people in growing and developing ourselves, diba? I do manage an online community. It's called the Online SDG Action Forum, and we're glad that we have been able to help people advance themselves para makakontribute sa SDGs. And marami po kaming na-develop na rin na young leaders that are already acting to their respective communities. So we're thankful. I believe, we're thankful for that. And I think aside from that, yung kung hindi man community, kahit partner lang, doesn't necessarily mean na jowa or family member, kahit a friend that you consistently talk to for a week, na dedicate time na mag-usap kayo about, kamusta kayo, ano nangyari sa inyo, ano yung sa tingin mo ng okay sa'yo. Because maganda yung merong someone to listen to eh, na may makikinig sa'yo and then makikinig din siya sa'yo. So it's really a give and take process. So having an accountability partner or community will really help us find our purposes in life as well. And just to end, what happens now if we know our purpose, diba? Okay, nalaman ko na yung bakit ko ginagawa to, bakit natin kailangan malaman yung purposes natin, and then I've also mentioned how we do it. Now, what happens if we know our purpose? And I think, simple lang naman eh. It can really help us grow. That's one. Grow to ourselves. Grow to our community. Our family members can also grow. Our friends can also grow. And other people can also grow in the process as well. And especially if we have purposes that contribute towards healing the world and making it a better place. malaki po yung magiging contribution po noon as well. So, yun lang po. It's really simple. I just didn't want it to be more complicated na maging introducing mga frameworks as well, because I believe we have different approaches on how we do things, and it really starts with reflecting with ourselves. Matanda na tayo. I think we're already in an age that we already know what to do, and I think it really starts with there, and then from there we can communicate with other people as well. So again, maraming salamat. It's been really amazing. I am really thankful for the organizers, for the school, for having me this afternoon. And that's it. I am Mark Jacinto, the creator of the online SDG Youth Action Forum, and let's make a mark together towards building a better and more sustainable future for all. Thank you so much again, and magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat.
Thank you po, Sir Mark. So, is it okay if you'll stay on the line for a few minutes? Perhaps po may mga tanong na
Sure.
oo, gusto
No worries. If may questions kayo or anything that you want to ask,
mhm.
feel free to comment down in the comment section below.
So,
I'll be glad to answer it.
yes, thank you so much. So, yan, mga Decomsinians, lalo na siguro yung merong mga gusto pang i-clarify about their purpose, or as a leader, as a student, may something po ba na hindi, ayan, may nagtanong na agad. Nakita mo na ba yung tanong ni Rhea? Sabi ni Rhea Magnaye, kilala mo ba siya, Sir Mark?
Yeah, siya yung nag-invite sa akin.
Oh, siya.
Yes.
Oo nga pala. How can we say that we finally found our purpose?
It's up to us
Mhm.
Di kasi natin tayo lang makakaalam nun kung malalaman natin yung purpose natin. And it's a constant searching process. It's a constant reflection process as well. So it should really start with us. Wala pong tama, at actually hindi, kahit naman pwedeng sabihin ng iba tao, nalaman mo na yung purpose mo, sa'yo hindi pa pala. It's up to you on how you discern it, or up to you paano mo i-take yun. Kung feel mo na napupulfill mo na yung purpose mo or hindi, it's up to you. So I think it really goes back with the matter of reflection, because yun naman yung makakatulong sa atin para malaman kung nagagawa na natin yung purpose.
So how about you, sir? Paano mo nasabi, ikaw po personally, na you're walking towards yung path mo na talaga, yung parang dito talaga ako tinawag. This is my calling, this is my purpose in life.
I think it really goes back with reflection. I believe medyo nandun na rin naman ako in a way na nalalaman ko na rin yung purpose ko. But it's still constantly growing. Kumbaga, na yun, because of the pandemic, nag-grow yung purpose every day talaga. Nag-grow yung purpose. And it's really constant reflection, and also constant talking with other people, finding accountability partners. Minsan kasi there are times na mababurn out ka, may times na mapapagod ka, may times na feel mo hindi mo na-attain yung purpose na yun. And I think having an accountability partner, or community even, will really help us achieve those in the process.
Yes, sir. So may isa pa pong tanong dito, si Ninyo, nabasa mo ba, Jasper?
Pero may nabasa pa ako muna.
sige.
Interesting. I think interesting to. Na kung yung mga introvert person daw po can be a leader.
Oo. Having introversion isn't really a hindrance for us to be leaders, because marami akong kakilalang introverts na leaders talaga. Siguro yung approach lang nila hindi kasing bibo, like ako kasi extrovert ako hindi kasi bibo on talking, but they are kumbaga a person of few words, but they do it with actions and they do it with thoughts. Hindi man sila masalita, hindi man sila ma-engage, pero they do it with actions, they do it with constant reflection, and pag nagsalita sila, very impactful talaga. So introverts can be leaders, and everyone can be a leader as well. I believe that's why we have been doing yung ginagawa namin sa OSAP. We have been really molding and bridging leaders to opportunities, to trainings, and to other people, other communities as well, for them to help advance themselves para makakontribute and ma-develop din yung mga sarili nila, lalo na yun sa COVID-19 pandemic.
Wow. So, isa yun sa mga purpose ng organization nila, Sir
Yes,
Mark.
yes.
So, ito, sir, may additional question pa. Sabi ni Nino, what pieces of advice can you give to those people or mga students na nagsasabing they don't have purpose in their lives?
It's really hard kasi of course,
Mhm.
na yun, mahirap talaga maghanap ng purpose eh. Kasi sometimes it can be selfish, it can be privilege. To be honest, minsan knowing your purpose can be a privilege eh. Kasi, yun nga, because of different situations, minsan yun kasi yung nagiging ano ng mga tao, yun yung nagiging notion na, pag nahanap mo yung purpose mo, mayaman ka, meron kang ganito, meron kang ganyan. And I think we should not invalidate them kung ganun mang sinasabi nila na wala silang purpose in life because it's really constant communication and open communication, knowing yung why nila, bakit nila nararamdaman yun, baka may response sila, bakit nila nararamdaman yun, and we hope we can coach them, we can guide them towards helping recover themselves. We cannot really say them na, ganito, ganyan. May iba tayong learning curve. What might work for you might not work for them. So, I think the best way for them is to ask, ano ba sa tingin mo? Bakit mo sa tingin nararamdaman to? Ano ba yung sa tingin mo pwede mong gawin? Paano natin maayos to? Paano kami makakatulong? Because we cannot, sila pa rin naman makakatulong sa sarili nila, but we're there to guide them. We're there to give them direction in the process. Yun lang naman.
Thank you, Sir Mark. Sabi nga ni Jordan, there's no such thing na walang purpose in life. Siguro hindi pa nila nahahanap or di pa napupursige because of some circumstances. And sabi nga ni Sir Mark, parang it's not a one-time thing, ano sir? Parang it's a process and a lot of self-reflection, communication, and
And kailangan talaga ma-explore. And
ma-explore,
malaman natin kung ano ba talagang
discover.
purpose natin sa buhay.
And ito pa, Sir Mark, mayroon ako nabasa sa isang book, yung The Purpose-Driven Life. Yung sabi doon, life is not all about you. Yan. So, it's all about the creator who created you na nagbibigay daw ng purpose sa atin. Can you comment on that? Is your belief so important for you to find your purpose in life?
Ulit po, medyo na-disconnect ako for a while.
Okay. Yung sa book, sir, na The Purpose-Driven Life, yung pinakaunang sentence doon is, life is not all about you. Parang ganun po yung sinasabi doon that our purpose daw is far beyond our self. Can you comment on that?
I agree naman because life is not just about us and it shouldn't be about us din na, yun nga, I think we have a bigger purpose in life na yun nga, may mga, sabi nga sa isang quote din na everything happens for a reason. And the things that we do right now can be in a bigger purpose. So of course, we need to understand paano ito makaka-affect sa personal natin. Lagi naman ganun eh. Kaya whenever we do talks, especially on introducing STDs, we always start first with introducing their personal goals because they are interrelated and interconnected. Kasi pag nalaman nila yung purpose nila for themselves and purpose nila for the whole, for the general in whole, mas madali na ma-intertwine or ma-interconnect yun na okay, pag ginawa ko to, makaka-apekto din to sa ating personal goal as well. So, these are interrelated and interconnected. Pero dapat mas mauna, for me mas mauna yung general purpose on why we do things in a general perspective. Well, before yung purpose natin on our personal as well. Kasi pag inuna natin yung personal, edi ginagawa natin yung mga bagay-bagay per personal gain natin, di ba? Pero iba yan. Again, di naman natin mapipilit yung iba, but yun nga, hopefully, I highly encourage to know first yung purpose natin in a general sense dito sa buhay before knowing yung personal purpose as well. But it's really hard. It's a constant process.
It's a constant process. So, parang learning lang, sir. So, it takes a lifetime for us to,
and every day is a chance for us to know more people, understand their purposes, and learn from each other as well. And yun nga, dito, kung makikita mo, my approach talaga is really commenting down and asking them to know their perspectives. Because may iba't iba naman tayong perspectives naman. Kahit naman sabihin natin ganito, ganyan, meron pa rin tayong mga dinadalang mga kwento, mga baon na story that we can share to people and to share in platforms like this.
Mm. So, going back siguro to leadership. So, sa tingin mo, Sir Mark, ano ba dapat or mahalagang ma-establish or parang purpose niya for joining or for being a leader? May isa ka po bang parang
Yun,
oo.
yung purpose talaga again for being a leader really goes back to your why. Hopefully, our why is more of selfless purpose. Pero hindi naman masama for me na magkaroon ng purpose for yourself. Because, of course, to lead others, you need to lead yourself as well. To help others, you need to help yourself as well. So, hindi naman pwedeng for me, it's balance na. Of course, mauna pa rin dapat yung purpose, lalo na if leader ka, if you're leading a community, purpose for the community. But at the same time, you need to know your purpose for yourself as well na para mas ma-intertwine siya and hindi ka rin mapagod. Kasi pag lagi naman nating inuuna yung iba, mapapagod ka din. So, hopefully, we are able to know our purpose ourselves as well. Pero, yun nga, secondary siya or tertiary. Kasi pag inuna natin yung personal gains natin, gusto natin magka-awards, gusto natin magkaroon ng recognition, then yung mga ginagawa natin, yung how and what natin, mababago. Kasi we're not doing it for the greater good. We're just doing things for awards, we're just doing things for recognitions and other initiatives as well. So hopefully, mauna yung purpose in life talaga.
Oh, baka thank you, Sir Mark. Meron pa bang other comments or questions? Jasper?
My question po dito, sir, from Mark Jan. What are your advices to all the youth out there if they found their own purpose in life inclined with SDGs and leadership?
Uh, Paulit, sorry. Medyo bumagal.
From Mark Jan, what are your advices to all youth out there if they found their own purpose in life inclined with SDGs and leadership?
Yun nga, purpose is really an easy process It's a big word to be honest most of the time and it's a constant process and we can know that through knowing ourselves first and talking to other people. It's an hindi siya mafi-fix ng isang araw lang. Hindi natin siya mahanap ng isang araw lang. Kahit ako and other people and other leaders who have spoken before me or baka narinig nyo na before, hindi naman agad na-fix yan or kahit na-fix na nila, it grows and it evolves through time and through everyday. Kasi, yun nga, ang daming nangyari, ang daming bago, ang daming trends, ang daming ano. So, we just need to grow, we just need to understand and continuously know from each other. So, yun lang naman po.
Thank you so much.
So,
sir.
thank you so much, Sir Mark, for accommodating mga questions po. So, marami pa, pero siguro kulang na ang time ni Sir Mark. So, meron dito nagpapasalamat sa inyo, sir. Sabi niya, thank you very much, Sir Mark Jacinto. God bless po and more power.
Thank you so much. And then, yun nga, you can connect with me on the following social media channels. Ito, magko-comment ako sa ating Facebook Live.
Yes. Para
Yan,
sir,
pwede niyo pong
ma-reach ka nila.
i-reach dito sa account na pinoment ko right now. But yun, again, let's make a mark together towards building a better world for all. Maraming salamat po ulit. And thank you so much again for staying and for making time on this Saturday.
So thank you also, sir, for inspiring us and for sharing some tips on how they can find their purpose in life.
Thank you so much, sir. So, in this juncture, we would like to present to you the certificate of commendation. But before that, please allow me to read the citation. Republic of the Philippines Commission on Higher Education, Daraga Community College, Salvacion Daraga Albay, Student Affairs and Services, College Student Council. This certificate of commendation is hereby awarded to Mr. John Mark C. Jacinto in recognition of his service in sharing invaluable knowledge and expertise as resource speaker during the Leadership Webinar Workshop Series with the theme Student Leadership in Distant Learning held on May 22, 29 and June 5, 2021 at CARE 104.3 The Way FM. Given this 29th day of May 2021 via Zoom at CARE 104.3 The Way FM at Legazpi City, Albay, signed by Mr. Arnold M. Dalosa, the CSC Advisor, Mr. J.F. Nase, the SAS Coordinator, Dr. Melvin M. Guyena, the College Dean, and of course, our College Administrator, Joey M. Zamora. Once again, sir, thank you very much po.
Thank you po.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much din. And yeah, wishing you all the best.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. So, thank you. We look forward to meet you po sa iba pa pong mga webinars natin.
Thank you so much again and have a great day.
Thank you pa.
Thank you. So, ayan, nakasama po natin kanina si Sir John Mark Jacinto, and he shared to us some tips on how we can find purpose.
Yes.
Kaya pala mahalaga, minsan ini-skip natin yung vision, mission, and purpose ng mga binabasa natin, ano? Or sa school, tinitignan nyo pa ba, mga DCOM-senians, yung ating DCOM-C, yan, mga objectives, mission, vision.
Division.
Mahalaga pala yun. Kasi if you know that, alam mo yung direction mo sa iyong pag-aaral. At kayo din as a leader, lahat ata ng mga bylaws, di ba? Yung mga
Yes, we
ginagawa
should
nyo.
follow it.
Oo, you should follow it. Sa CSE, ano yung purpose ng CSE?
And of
Jasper?
course, to help the institution in
Mhm.
their service. And I do believe that the purpose in life of each of us is
Mhm.
our core, our foundation, why we are doing these such things. And it will motivate us, of course.
O, kaya dapat alam natin, ba't ba ako nag-a-attend nitong webinar?
Yes.
Saan ko ba to gagamitin?
Dapat may reason tayo sa ating mga
Mm.
ginagawa sa buhay.
Yung sabi ni Sir, alam natin yung mga whys.
Yes.
Yan. So, isa doon ay yung bakit pa ako nag-aaral? Ba't ako nagtsatsaga? Kahit stress na ako sa module, pero nagtsatsaga ako. So, you have to determine the why. And sabi ni Sir, balikan lang natin, short review doon sa mga nabanggit niya. So, reflection is very important. How do you do self-reflection, Jasper?
Nagre-reflect ako every time na mag-isa lang ako, ma'am. Like I am thinking about those things na ano ba yung priorities ko sa buhay? Ano ba yung mga dapat kong gawin as a person, as a leader, as a student, and as a child of my parents? And ano ba yung mga bagay na dapat kong unahin, like that? And by that, I can formulate or I can create more things na dapat kong gawin to develop and to grow as a person.
Yeah. So, ako naman, mai-share ko lang din sa inyo, I really write it down. Yung
Yes.
pinaka-purpose in life ko. And I inline it with the Word of God. Yung sabi kasi ni God sa Bible na, I have plans for you, plans to prosper you. So, ina-align ko doon yung, sabi ko, may plano pala si God sa buhay ko. So, I pray I really ask God to direct me kung saan niya ako talaga
Yes.
nililid. So, process talaga siya. Hindi siya one day, alam mo na yung...
Dapat matagal talagang proseso na para malaman mo talaga kung ano ba, bakit pa nandito tayo, like that.
Yeah, kasi isa-isa tayo, iba-iba siguro.
Yes.
Hindi lang siguro, iba-iba ang ating purpose. So, may nag-share ng kanyang purpose dito. Sabi ni Jobert, nag-aaral ako to achieve my dreams and to help my parents. At sabi naman ni Marge, knowing our purpose and God's purpose for us will lead us to happiness and contentment. Yes, very true yan. I agree. Okay, so may papa-shoutout pala yung mga students ko from Values Education, Block B. Hello po sa inyo. Sana nandyan pa kayo. So, comment below kung nandyan pa kayo. And sabi naman ni Miss Hazel Navia, nakita mo ba yung comment niya?
Hindi pa po.
Sa taas, sige. Sabi niya,
Sige
finding our purpose as leaders must come up both. Kinakailangan ang mas magbenepisyo ay para sa karamihan.
Yes.
Yung,
Dapat maging selfless tayo, hindi tayo maging madamot. Dapat lahat tayo nabibiyayaan ng services or ng mga ginagawa natin sa buhay.
Pero sa context naman na sinasabi kanina ni Sir Mark, importante yung alam mo din personally yung purpose mo at saka yung sinalihan mong organization, alam mo din kung anong purpose nun, and you have inlined your purpose with kung ano man yung sinasalihan mo.
Yes.
So, sabi naman ni Aljon, nag-aaral ako ng mabuti. Wow, sana all nag-aaral ng mabuti.
Which is very important naman po, madam.
Yes, tama. Nag-aaral ka ba ng mabuti, Jasper?
Of course, kasi meron akong path, meron akong aims or kung meron akong goals sa aking pamilya, of course, sa sarili ko rin. Kaya kailangan ipursige yung pag-aaral. And 1 year na lang, next year graduate na.
Wow! Congrats sa mga graduating ngayon at sa mga soon to be graduates. Okay, so tiyaga-tiyaga po tayong lahat. So lahat pa tayo nag-a-adjust dito sa ating asynchronous class.
Sa ating Sa ating
Oo,
sitwasyon
sa
ngayon.
ating sitwasyon. Pero ayan, abang lang po kayo kasi napakaganda rin ng ating second topic. Pero nagpapa-shoutout muna ang BPED 2E at saka ang second year BED 2. At saka first year BPED A. Hello po sa inyong lahat at sa mga kasama pa po natin ngayon. Ano nga ba ang second topic natin, Jasper?
Ang ating second topic talagang masaya 'tong pag-usapan kasi
Mm.
as a leader ano ba yung tanong ko kanina, ano ba yung dapat nating i-adapt at paano ba tayo mag-act and ano ba dapat ang makita ng ibang tao sa atin. So the
Mm.
second topic that we are going to discuss this afternoon is about leadership styles, skills, characteristic and qualities of being a good leaders.
Wow, ang ganda. O abangan nyo po sa
Yes.
ating mga listeners. So, invite nyo pa yung mga hindi pa nakaka-join sa ating webinar, either via radio or through Facebook
Facebook
Live
Live.
ng Care 104.3 The Way FM. Maganda po ang pag-uusapan leadership styles, skills, characteristics, and
and
qualities
qualities
of a good leader. Yan. So, bago ang lahat ay pwede po kayong magbigay ng iyong comment or question sa ating mga cellphone numbers kung kayo po ay nakikinig via radio.
Sa 0946-7639-858 or sa 0929-3594-298 and sa 0915-9317-184.
So, bago tayo pumunta sa ating second topic, makakarinig muna tayo ng napakagandang
Yes. Very
awitin.
inspirational message.
Ay, inspirational. Sino ba ang mapapakinggan natin, Jasper?
Yes, to give us an intermission number, let us call in Miss Christine for the Christine Joy Grageda.
Huwag mainip dahil ganyan buhay sa mundo. Wala ng pag-asa dahil hindi ng ligaya. Ang isipin mo'y mayroon ka mayroon sila. Kapi ko ay hindi hadlang upang tumakas ka. Iwas ang pag-ibig ko, dapat na lumaan ka. Ang kailangan mo, iba'y naroon kung mayroong pagsubok. Ang liwanag ay di magtatanggal at muling mamamasdan. Ito naman po ay hindi laging bigatig kasabihan. Ang pangarap mo ay maghapon ka, basta't makita na para sa iyo. Huwag mainip dahil ganyan buhay sa mundo. Wala ng pag-asa, darating din ang ligaya. Ang isipin mo'y may bukas pa, mayroong saya. Kapi ko ay hindi hadlang upang tumakas ka. Iwas ang pag-ibig ko, dapat na lumaban ka. Ang kailangan mo'y iba'y naroon
Thank you so much, Miss Christine, sa talagang, 'di ba sabi ko
Wow,
sa'yo, madam,
napawaw kami.
inspirational song talaga yon eh. Kasi
Mm.
despite of this hardship na nararanasan natin dahil sa pandemic, still we have to stand and to be brave, na malalampasan natin lahat ng hardship na
Mm.
meron tayo sa buhay natin.
Tsaka sabi niya basta't maghintay ka lamang. So it
Yes.
describes yung parang maging patient tayo ano
Mm.
sa ating mga pinagdadaanan. So sabi ni Jordan, tamang-tama ang kanta sa topic, do not lose hope. At tama-tama din yan sa theme ng FEBC Care
Yes.
104.3 FM sa kanyang upcoming 73rd anniversary, Hope Overflows. Yan.
Yes, may message din dito, madam, si
Mm-mm.
Miss Hazel Menjola Navia. Hala, nakaka-relate sa kanta yung time na sumusuko na sa laban pero lumalaban
Mm.
hanggat may pangarap to achieve my purpose in life. So, thank you very much po,
Mm.
ate.
So, God bless sa inyong lahat na mga
Yes.
nagtsatsaga sa pag-aaral. May nababalitaan ako na gusto na mag-drop or
Yes.
anong hirap daw.
Mm-mm.
Sana ay, yan, pag-isipan nyo at ma-inspire kayo sa hapong ito na, yan, continue lang kayo sa inyong mga pinagdadaanan. Pwede nyo namang i-communicate, sabi nga
Yes.
ni Sir
Relax lang.
Mark. Oo, ano nyan, event out nyo yung
Yes.
mga stress ninyo. So, ngayong hapon naman, para mas maging productive tayo, para mas makilala natin yung ating leadership style or skills, ay makakasama naman natin ang isa sa ating mga, sabi nga sa award na nakuha niya, exceptional. So, I believe he is also going to inspire us, enlighten us this afternoon. Siyempre, ang kanya pong life ay very inspiring. Actually, siya po ay na-awardan as the most exceptional young Filipino leader of the year. By 4th Asia Pacific Luminary Awards. So, ngayong taon lang po yan. At isa po siyang Bicolano. He is from Piuduran, Albay. Ang pangalan niya po ay si Vincent Orpiada Nicol. Yan. At siya po ay graduate din po ng Bicol University. He took Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy and currently po nag-aaral po siya ng law sa Bicol College. And also, sa graduate school ng BU naman, he took Master of Public Administration. So, ongoing, dalawa ang kanyang tinatapos na graduate studies. So, right now, he is working as the unit head ng Social Marketing Unit ng Provincial Youth Development Office dito po sa Albay. And siya rin po ang founder or chairman ng Youth Parliament and Development Organization. Formerly, siya po ay ang executive director ng Asia Pacific Society of Volunteers and Council for Youth Development. And naging din po siyang municipal coordinator sa Samahan ng Kabataang Boluntaryo ng Pilipinas. At siya din po ay isa sa mga professorial lecturer. Nagtuturo po siya sa Bicol University College of Social Sciences and Philosophy. So, help me welcome Sir Vincent.
Sent.
Yeah, with your virtual claps. Yan. Ngayong hapon makakasama
Welcome
po
po, sir.
natin si Sir Nicol. Good afternoon,
Good
sir.
afternoon, sir.
Hello, good afternoon everyone.
Nandito po ba
Okay.
kayo sa
I'm
Albay? Mm-mm.
yes po.
Wow.
Am I audible po ba or
Yes.
may
Okay po, sir.
problem?
Okay lang po.
We can hear you clearly,
Is it
sir.
clear?
Opo,
Yes.
sir.
Mm-mm. So, live
Okay,
po
thank you.
tayo. Mm-mm.
So, thank you for that introduction, ma'am. Good afternoon everyone to the administration of the Daraga Community College, kay College Dean, Dr. Goyena, tapos kay College Administrator po, Dr. Zamora, and of course to the College Student Council, to the advisor, si Sir Dolasa, who happened to be my former colleague back then. Pero hindi pa naman po gaano katagal. Ayun, baka isipin nyo ang tatanda na namin. To all the students actively listening and participating, good afternoon. So basically, this afternoon, I was tasked to discuss or share my insights on the topic that is actually close to my heart, which is the topic of leadership. And I hope that after this brief discussion, you will gain some necessary inputs and learnings. So while I'm discussing, I want you to reflect then, lalo na pagdating natin doon sa leadership styles. Because I believe mostly na na nagpa-participate sa webinar na to is are all leaders. So I want you to um, reflect anong klaseng leadership style ang meron kayo and paano natin may improve pa siya manang mas mabuti. Okay, can I have my slides na po? Okay na.
Sir.
Okay, so this afternoon, we will try to understand the following. The leadership in general, different styles of leadership, and what are the certain qualities that a good leader must or should possess. For a while. Okay, next slide po. Next slide po.
We apologize, sir. Medyo may technical difficulty na inaayos, but we'll soon
Okay.
flash the presentation.
Yes.
Panood yung presentation ninyo sa Facebook Live ng ating program para po mas makita nyo po, sir, yung pinipresent na slide. So, isisend po sa inyo yung link ni sir. Thank you po.
Okay na po, ma'am. Okay na po. Nakikita ko na. Okay. Now, again, this afternoon, we'll try to understand the following. Number one is yung leadership in general. Second is different styles of leadership. Next is what are the certain qualities that a good leader must or should possess. So it is very much logical to begin our discussion with the definition of the term. So next slide po tayo.
Continue po,
So
sir.
what is leadership? What is leadership? This is a very simple question, and yet it is quite difficult to have or to have a concrete answer to this question. Because actually the word leadership can bring to mind a variety of definitions or a variety of meanings. Okay? There are many definitions na there are many definitions for this word, but some came from organizational leaders, world leaders, community leaders. But I decided to adopt this particular definition because this sum up the totality and the true essence of the word. Okay, so leadership is the ability to influence the crowd to believe, act, and work with perseverance to meet the greater good. No, it is an ability. Okay, it is an ability. It is an art of motivating a group of people to act toward achieving a common goal. Now, if you're going to put it into a business and organizational perspective, this could mean directing workers and your colleagues in the organization with a particular strategy to meet the company or the organizational needs. Okay? I want you to take note of the term influence. No, leadership is the ability to influence because as we go through the discussion, makikita natin gaano ka-importante yung word na influence sa definition ng leadership na kinuha natin. Okay? Now, next slide po. Let us take a look into the quotation by John Quincy Adams. Okay? If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. Okay? Yan po yung sinabi ni John Quincy Adams. Now, leadership captures all of the essentials of being able and being prepared to inspire others. Okay, being prepared to inspire others. Now, a leader inspires others to act while simultaneously directing the way how they act or what they act. Okay? Now, we might ask the question, who is a leader? Okay? Baka natatanong natin, who is a leader? Now, next slide. There have been countless people through history that led people but were inhumane and destructive. Okay? Doon po tayo sa who is a leader na slide. Now, okay, who is a leader? 'Di ba? Madalas nating natatanong, sino ba yung leader na tinatawag natin? Ano ba yung tinatawag nating leader? Okay? So, um, there have been countless people throughout our history na naging leader. Pero it turns out that they are inhumane and they are destructive. Now the question is that does that still make them leaders or does that make them good leaders? No, yan yung tanong. Now in my mind, a leader is someone who does more than just to lead people. Okay? A leader is someone who does more than just to lead people. They have to be driven by the right motivation and make a positive impact on the people around them. Okay? Now, a leader is someone who can see how things can be improved and who rallies people to move forward to that better vision. Kanina, doon sa previous slide, nakita natin, vision plus followers plus influence is equal to leadership. Okay? Now, leaders can work through or can work toward making their vision a reality while putting people at first. No? Just being able to motivate people is not enough. Okay? It is not enough. Leaders need to be empathetic and connect with people to be successful. Okay? Leaders do not have to move from the same background or follow the same path. Actually, future leaders, yung mga future leaders natin, I believe na they will actually be more diverse, no? Which brings a variety of perspective and which is good, diba? Bringing a variety of perspective in leadership is actually good. Now, with all of these premises, we can conclude or we can say that we are all leaders in our own little ways, no? We are all leaders even in our own little ways. Diba? Pwedeng leader sa organization, pwedeng leader sa small communities natin. Kasi, babalikan natin yung definition, being able to influence others to work or to move towards achieving a particular goal. Okay? So that sums up who is a leader. Okay, baka sa organization ninyo, ganun yung ginagawa ninyo, then you are a leader. Okay po. Now, next slide. When thinking about the concept of leadership, many individuals actually assume that it is the same thing as management. No? Palagi nating sinasabi, leadership and management are the same thing. The term leadership and management tend to be used interchangeably, but take note that they are not the same. Okay? The term leadership and the term management are not synonymous. Okay? But karamihan sa atin, ginagamit sila interchangeably. Okay? Parang tinitignan natin yung dalawa as same thing. But they are not. Okay po? Leadership actually requires traits that extend beyond the management duties. Okay? Although both leaders and managers, they need to manage. They need to manage the resources at their own disposal, but a true leadership requires more. Okay, leadership requires more than just management. Okay, now, Another big difference is that between leaders and managers is that leaders emphasize innovation above all else. Okay, leaders emphasize innovation. Managers may be more likely to preserve existing structure because they themselves, yung mga managers natin, operate in that particular structure. Okay? Leaders, on the other hand, often operate fairly and independently. Kasi yung mga lead managers natin, may mas mataas pa sa kanila, may mas mga boss pa sa kanila. Yung leaders natin, fairly and independent yung pag-operate nila. So the most basic difference between leadership and management, according to Steve Jobs, is that management is about persuading people to do things that they do not want to do, while leadership is about inspiring people to do things that they never thought they could. Okay, that is according to Steve Jobs. Now, mas pasimplihin natin. Ano yung pagkaiba ng dalawa? Basically, the difference is that managers manage while leaders lead. Okay? Managers manage while leaders lead. So ayan. Here's yan yung difference ng leadership versus management as to their role, to their focus, to their approach, difference in terms of methodology, difference in style and or the tone of their leadership, and of course the difference between in terms of the outcome. Kasi kanina babalikan natin, etong si management nag-ooperate or manager nag-ooperate siya based on the structure na nag-i-exist mismo sa kanila. Eto si leaders nag-ooperate siya fairly and independently. Okay? Managers manage, leaders lead. That is the basic difference between these two. Now, let us now move on to the 5 primary styles of leadership. Okay, primary leadership styles. Actually, madami pong style ng leadership. Marami tayong styles ng leadership, pero etong 5, ito yung common na nakikita natin. Okay, common na ginagamit natin. Number 1 is autocratic style of leadership. Second is democratic style of leadership. Third is laissez-faire. Fourth is affiliative leadership. And lastly, coaching style of leadership. Now, let's discuss it one by one. Now, para mas maintindihan natin, ano ba yung autocratic, ano yung democratic, discuss natin siya isa-isa. Now, when we say autocratic, the phrase most illustrative of an autocratic leadership style is pag sinabi ng boss mo, do as I say. Okay? Do as I say. Do what I say. Okay? Generally, an autocratic leader believes that he or she is the smartest person. Okay? And he or she knows more than others. Okay? Nasa kanya yung authority. Yung decision making power centralized lang kay leader. Okay? Siya lang palagi, siya yung nagde-decide. Pero based on this basic definition of this autocratic leadership, masasabi ba natin na hindi magandang style ng leadership ang autocratic? The answer is no. Diba? Because say for example, you can dip into an autocratic leadership style when crucial decisions need to be made on the spot. Okay? Need to be made on the spot. And you have the most knowledge about the situation. Say for example, may isang bagay, on the spot kailangan magdesisyon. Pwede kang mag-shift into autocratic leadership. Diba? Ikaw na ang gagawa ng desisyon mismo in behalf of your group. Okay? Say for example, again, when you are dealing with an inexperienced and new member of your group or your organization, then there is no time to wait for the team members to gain familiarity with the role. So ikaw na ngayon, ikaw na as a leader magdidesisyon, ikaw na yung magdi-decide para sa grupo. Okay? So hindi palaging autocratic leadership is hindi palaging hindi maganda. Kasi minsan, kailangan din nating i-practice itong autocratic style of leadership. Okay po? Okay. Now, second style is the democratic style. Okay? Democratic style. Now, democratic style or democratic leaders are more likely to ask, what do you think? No, kanina, kung si autocratic, do as I say, yung palagi niyang sinasabi. Etong si democratic style naman, or democratic leaders, what do you think? Yun yung question niya. Yun yung phrase na pwedeng i-associate natin sa kanya. Okay po. Now, they share information with employees or colleagues sa organization or group mates ninyo about anything that affects their work responsibilities. Okay? They also seek opinions before approving a final decision. Diba? Hindi dito, kung kay autocratic leadership, centralized kay leader ang decision-making power, kay democratic style ng leadership naman, kailangan niya munang itanong sa iba niya, ano sa tingin niyo ang mas maganda? Diba? Collective yung decision-making nila. Okay? Before deciding or making a final decision, meron mo nang hihingin mo muna yung opinion ng iba mo or ng kagrupo mo. Okay? Now, there are actually numerous benefits to this participative leadership style. Now, it can engender trust and promote team spirit and cooperation from employees. Okay? It also allows for creativity, no, and helps your organization members grow and develop. 'Di ba? Kasi hayaan mo muna sila, hayaan mo sila and i-guide mo lang sila. Okay? You're actually promoting creativity, you're actually allowing your members to grow and develop. No? A democratic leadership style gets people to do what you want to be done but in a way that they want to do it. Okay? Sa paraan na kung paano nila gustong gawin. Hindi yung uutusan mo sila kung paano yun gawin. Okay? That is democratic leadership style. Now, the third one is the laissez-faire style. Madalas natin itong naririnig. Now, ano itong laissez-faire style? Okay? Laissez-faire leadership is at the opposite end of the autocratic style. Okay? Opposite end of the autocratic style. Now, of all the leadership style, this one involves the least amount of oversight. Okay? This involves the least amount of oversight. You could say that the autocratic style leaders stand as firm as a rock on issues, while the laissez-faire leader lets people swim with the current. Okay? Meaning, sila mismo. Okay? Hindi na, less oversight nga to eh. Yung leadership, less oversight. Okay? Parang hahayaan mo na yung team members mo. Okay po? Total opposite of the autocratic style. Okay? Now, it is beneficial to give people opportunities to actually develop themselves. Okay? And with a total lack of direction, people may unwittingly drift in a wrong direction. Diba? Away from the critical goals of the organization. Yun lang yung medyo disadvantage niya. Kasi since it has the least oversight ng actual leader natin, so baka ibang direction yung mapuntahan ni member. Okay po. Now, this style can work if you're leading highly skilled, experienced employees or organizational members who are self-starters and motivated. Maganda tong gamitin kung ganun yung sitwasyon sa organization. Okay? Actually, to be most effective with this style, yung laissez-faire leadership style, we have to monitor the team performance and provide regular feedback. No? Para mas maganda, mas maganda yung takbo ng organization natin, you as a leader, monitor team performance, and provide a feedback after an event. Usually, sa CSE, dati, based on my experiences, kami, after a specific event na inorganize ng college student council namin, magme-meeting kami, ano ba yung naging kulang natin? Ano ba yung, saan ba tayo medyo sumablay? Saan ba tayo medyo nagkulang? And ano yung mga dapat na kailangang reinforcement na kailangang gawin para next event, next time, hindi na maulit yung problema na nangyari. Okay? So isang magandang example 'yon na dapat merong or minomonitor yung performance ng grupo, ng organization. Okay po? And provide a regular feedback. Now, the fourth one is the affiliative leadership style. Ano? Dito naman sa affiliative leadership style, kung kanina sa autocratic, do as I say, sa democratic leadership style, what do you think? Dito sa affiliative, people comes first. Okay? The phrase often used to describe this leadership style is people come first. Of all the leadership styles, the affiliative leadership approach is one where the leader gets up close and personal with people. Okay? Okay, the leader strives to open up a pipeline that connects him to his or her team members. Okay, dapat may connection si leader and yung team members or yung organizational members. Kasi ilagay natin ito sa context ng isang organization. Okay? So ultimately, this style is all about encouraging harmony and forming collaborative relationship within your team or within your organization. Now, it is particularly useful, say for example, in smoothing or solving conflicts among team members or reassuring that people during times of stress. No? Madalas natin itong ginagamit in solving or smoothing conflicts na nag-exist within the organization or among team members. Okay po, yan yung affiliative. Mas una yung members mo. Okay? Lastly, coaching style. When you have this coaching leadership style, you tend to have a consider this approach. Okay? Consider this approach. A leader who actually views people as a reservoir of talent to be developed. Tinitignan mo yung members mo as a reservoir of talent na kailangan pang i-develop. Okay? The leader who uses a coach approach seeks to unlock people's potential. Sa tingin ko, ito yung mas maganda. Ano? Yung coaching style of leadership. Because a leader uses a coach approach seeks to unlock the potential of your members or of your group mates or organizational members. Ano? Leaders who use the coaching style open their hearts and doors for other people. 'Di ba? Titignan natin yung members natin, kailangan na i-develop yung potential ng mga members natin. Kasi kung sa perspective ng isang leader, titignan niya yung member niya or yung organizational member niya or yung group member niya as may potential itong batang ito. So, ang kailangan nito, i-develop pa yung talent niya. I-develop pa yung potential niya. So, ang magiging silbi mo as a leader is, i-coach mo lang siya to unleash his or her full potential para mas maging effective pa siya. Kasi you as a leader, I am sure na makikita mo sa isang tao kung ano ba or hanggang saan ba yung kaya niyang gawin. Okay? Kasi makikita mo sa isang tao, sa isang group member mo, hanggang saan ba yung kakayahan niya. And kung nakikita mo na hanggang dito lang siya ngayon, baka bukas iba na. Baka bukas mas magaling na siya. Okay? So, coaching style. Okay po. i-coach mo lang yung group member mo to unleash his or her full potentials para mas mag-develop pa si group member. No? Parang bibigyan mo lang siya ng a little direction and help them tap into their ability to achieve all that they are capable of. Diba? Kasi makikita mo naman nga, sinabi ko kaganina, makikita mo sa isang tao, may potential to. Ang kailangan natin gawin dito, i-develop pa siya. Okay? Yan yung general idea ng coaching style of leadership. Okay po. Now, at first glance, we may think that some leadership styles are better than others. Diba? Parang mas okay nga si coaching kaysa kay autocratic. Parang mas okay si democratic kaysa kay laissez-faire. The truth is, each leadership style has its place in a leader's mind. Okay? Say for example, a wise leader can knows how to flex, knows on how and when to flex from one style to another style. Depende na lang sa kung anong sitwasyon ang meron, 'di ba? So hindi lang dapat as a leader, hindi lang all throughout your leadership journey coaching style ka. All throughout your leadership journey autocratic style yung ginamit mo. Kasi ang isang magaling na leader, alam niya kung paano or kung kailan siya mag-shift from autocratic to laissez-faire to democratic to coaching style or to affiliative style. Depende po sa sitwasyon. Okay? So hindi kailangan na okay, leader ako ngayon, president ako ng isang organization, gusto ko autocratic style. No, hindi ganoon ang isang leader. Dapat alam natin kung paano mag-adjust. No, alam natin kung paano i-depende sa sitwasyon kung anong klaseng leadership style ang gagamitin natin. And again, ito yung common na ginagamit natin, yung 5. But there are a lot of other leadership styles. No, ang dami-daming leadership styles na pwede nating i-adapt as a leader. Pero itong 5 na dinidiscuss natin ngayon, ito yung common. Okay po. Now, I want you again to reflect. Kung leader kayo ngayon ng isang grupo or ng isang organization or you belong to a particular organization, I want you to reflect what kind of leadership style do you practice? Diba? Ano yung pinapractice mong leadership style? Baka puro ka lang autocratic, utos ka ng utos. Ayoko ng idea mo, etong gawin mo, mas maganda to. Kala mo ikaw ang pinakamagaling. Diba? Baka naman coaching yung ginagamit mo. Baka naman very democratic ka. Baka naman laissez-faire to the point na napapabayaan mo na yung organization mo. Okay? I want you to reflect and isipin nyo, ano ba yung kailangan ninyong baguhin kung meron sa leadership style ninyo para mas maging effective yung organization or yung grupo na kinabibilangan nyo. Okay? Now, let us proceed to the qualities of a good leader. No? We all know, we are all aware of the fact that leaders shape our nation, our community, or our organization. Even though nakaka-start pa lang ng organization ninyo, isa yung leader natin sa nag-shape ng organization natin at kung hanggang saan tayo papunta or kung saan papunta yung organization natin. Now, we need good leaders to help and guide us and make the essential large-scale decisions that keep the organization, our community, or the world moving. Okay? Our society is usually quick to identify a bad leader from a good one. Okay? Mabilis tayong mag-judge kung eto bang particular leader na to, good ba siya or bad. But the question is, do we know how to identify what are the qualities of being a good leader? Diba? Alam ba natin? Paano natin nasabing bad leader siya? Anong qualities ang wala sa kanya? Paano natin nasabing good leader siya? Anong qualities ba yung meron sa kanya? Okay? Now, there are actually 11 enumerated essential qualities that a leader should possess. Again, take note of the term essential. Okay? Ito, sa tingin ko, yung kailangan na ang isang leader dapat i-possess itong 11 na to. Okay? Kasi kailangan siya. Parang siya yung basic qualities. Number 1 is of course communication. No, this is very important actually, no? Kahit sa relationship, romantic relationship, sinasabi ninyo or madalas nating naririnig na communication is the key. Okay, communication is the key. But later on, makikita natin kung communication is the key nga ba. Baka communication is the key, baka comprehension is the key. Diba? Because everyone can communicate. But the question is, everyone ba can understand what you communicate? Diba? Baka iba yung interpretation niya sa sinabi mo. Iba yung interpretation niya sa na-communicate mo sa kanya. Okay? We tend to believe that communication is the key, but comprehension is. Okay? And if you are a leader, no, if you actually in a leadership role, good communication skills are one of the leadership attributes that is absolutely crucial. Why? Why is it crucial? Now, using language to perform one-on-one communication is really all that we have as human beings. Now, being able to express ourselves openly, being able to express yourselves openly, and build empathy with another people is the very foundation of leadership. Now, take note, it is the very foundation of leadership. Kaya nga nauna siya eh. Kaya inuna ko siya. Because communication in leadership is very much important. Okay? It is the foundation of an effective leadership. And what is the number 1 most important part of communication? What is the most important part of communication? As a leader, the most important part of communication is actually listening. Okay? It is actually listening. Good leaders listen and pay attention to all of their followers, employees, and every single individual that they are leading. Okay? Listening is an essential part of communication. The only way to get to people to follow you is to make them feel that they are heard. No, kailangan din natin pakinggan yung mga group members natin. 'Di ba? Mako-connect natin siya doon kung anong klaseng style yung leadership na di-discuss natin. 'Di ba? Actually, our organizational members, they become inspired, they feel heard and begin to know, like, and trust you as their leader. Now, communication is one of the most important qualities of a good leader, and you have to be a good communicator if you actually want your followers to trust you. Okay? Kaya, kino-consider siya as one of the most essential qualities of being a good leader. Pero kaganina, sabi ko nga, kailangan nating tandaan na dapat yung communication this is a two-way process kasi. It should be a two-way process. Why? Because hindi pwedeng ikaw lang palagi. Hindi pwedeng yung members mo lang din palagi. Kailangan two-way communication process ang communication. Okay? Pagpapakinggan mo yung group member mo, kung alam niyo yung theory ng bracketing, yung bracketing theory ng isang philosopher, kung familiar kayo doon, pag makikipag-usap ka sa group member mo, kailangan na parang i-bracket mo muna yung mga biases mo. Okay? Pakinggan mo siya ng mas mabuti para mas malaman mo kung saan siya nanggagaling or kung ano yung pinanggagalingan ng member mo. Okay? Kasi kung may parang na prejudge mo na yung sasabihin niya, na-block mo na, or meron ka lang nabuong idea sa isip mo, and papanindigan mo na lang yung idea mo. Diba? Kailangan, open ka. Hindi yung may prejudgment ka na sa isang bagay. Okay po? Yung theory of bracketing, kailangan mo nang iset aside yung mga biases para mas maintindihan mo kung saan nanggagaling yung group member mo. Okay? Now, second one is integrity. No? Integrity. Sabi nga ni C.S. Lewis, integrity is doing the right thing even when no one is watching. Integrity is doing the right thing even when no one is watching. You can't expect your followers to be honest when you lack integrity yourself. No? So baka nag-expect ka dapat honest sa iyo yung group members mo, pero ikaw wala ka mismong integrity. Hindi ka mismo honest sa kanila o sa sarili mo. No, honest and great leaders succeed when they stick to their word, live by their core values, lead by example, and actually being honest to your group members again. Okay? So baka hindi mo kayang panindigan yung mga sinasabi mo sa kanila. 'Di ba? Baka puro ka lang salita, pero pagdating ng oras, wala pala. No? So hindi ganoon po ang isang leader. You have to live you have to stick by your word. You live by your core values and lead by example. Okay? Integrity is the cornerstone of all the leadership qualities. No? Integrity is a core quality that every leader must possess. Okay? You cannot run any organization or any group successfully if you lack integrity. Okay? Kailangan po nating tandaan yan. Say for example, no matter how hard the situation is, a good leader inspires with his principle without compromising. They refrain from making false promises or take shortcuts, choosing thoughts and actions over personal gain, and that can be considered as integrity. Okay? Mas matitest mo yung leadership skills mo kung nasa crucial situation kayo. Kaya mo bang panindigan yung mga sinabi mo before, or babaliwalain mo lang yun at i-compromise mo yung prinsipyong pinanghahawakan mo? Okay? So that is integrity. So that is one of the most essential qualities of being a good leader. Okay? The third one is accountability. Now, for accountability, great leaders, need to follow the advice of Arnold Glasow when he said that a good leader takes little more than his share of the blame and little less than his share of the credit. Okay? Paano papasok dito yung accountability? Strong and good leaders are accountable for the team's result, whether it is good or bad. Okay? Accountable palagi si leader sa kung anong klaseng result ng organization, whether it is good or bad. They hold themselves and their employees accountable for their actions, which creates a sense of responsibility among the team. No? They give credit where the credit is due, and take responsibility or take blame when necessary. Diba? Baka kasi pag maayos yung kinalabasan ng isang programa ng isang organization natin or ng isang activity ng organization natin, ay kasi dahil sa akin yan. Kasi magaling akong leader, magaling akong ganyan, maganda yung pagpapalakad ko sa organization, kaya maganda din yung output. Pero nung naging medyo masama yung kinalabasan ng output, sinasabi mo na kasi kasalanan niya ni ganito, kasi kasalanan ni ganyan. Diba? A great leader should always be accountable whatever the result is. Whether it is good or bad, kailangan accountable ka sa palaging result ng activity ng organization mo or ng grupo mo. Okay? Alam mo kung kanino ibibigay ang credit whether sa isang tao lang yan or collective effort niya yan, kaya naging successful yung event, at alam mo din kung kailan akuin yung blame or yung responsibility kapag kailangan. Okay? Hindi lang puro credit sa iyo pag blame na sa iba. Hindi lang din puro blame sa iyo yung credit sa iba. Dapat you and your group members should collectively dapat accountable kayo. Okay? Collectively accountable for what your organization, the result of the activity of your organization is. Again, whether it is good or bad. Okay po? That is accountability. Now, being responsible for the action and behaviors of those around you is essential to developing leadership qualities like accountability. No? Kaya importante din siya sa leadership. Now, the fourth one is actually empathy. Ano naman dito ngayon kay empathy? Truly, great leaders have enough open-mindedness to understand their followers. Okay? Motivation of your group members, the hope of your group members, the dreams and the problems, so that you can forge a deep personal connection with your group members. Okay? Empathy is actually a way of understanding your group members. Okay? Or your organizational members. It is a way of understanding kung saan sila nanggagaling, ano yung problema kinakaharap nila, and so on. Okay? It is also one of the fundamental leadership qualities. No? Pero empathy is not just being a nice person to your group members. No? It is actually a mindset that enables leaders to improve work strategies, inspire loyalty among their teams, and increase creativity within your organization. Okay. Now, understanding where people are coming from helps facilitate a more human environment where team members are more productive and leaders also thrive. Cultivating the leadership quality of emotional intelligence is one of the great leaders' attributes, okay, you can possess. Only an effective leader understands the power of being empathic with people that they actually lead. And real leaders are empathic with their teams and deeply understand their motivations. After all, yun nga, sinasabi natin kaganina, kailangan kilalanin mo din yung group members mo. Ano yung background nila, saan sila nanggagaling, ano yung mga motivations nila, ano yung hopes nila sa buhay, and that alone can help your organization work very well. Okay? Lahat naman ng qualities na na-mention natin dito makakatulong as a leader para maging maayos yung takbo ng organization ninyo. Okay po? So that is empathy. Kailangan mong alamin ano yung motivations ng tao, ng group members mo, ano yung hopes and aspirations or dreams pa ng organizational members mo, and work collectively as a team. Okay. The next one is humility. Now, when it comes to developing leadership qualities, it can be tempting to become infatuated with a new title or status instead of putting in the actual work to become a good leader with humility. Now, however, great leaders or great leadership style focus on problem solving and team dynamics much more than the self-promotion. Being humble, despite of the success of your organization or of your group, is an essential quality of being a good leader. Baka tinitake mo na ng masyado, oh my God, ang galing-galing ko kasi ganito na yung narating ng organization namin, magaling akong leader. Diba? Baka gano'n na yung ina-assume mo. Now, humility is important. Dito na papasok yung humility mo as a leader of your organization. No? Let me share lang to you guys my principles in life. Actually, it is letter A, B, and C lang naman eh. It's actually A stands for aim high, B is for be brave, and C is continue to be grounded. And I think letter C is the most important. Continue to be grounded. Be always be humble despite of the awards you receive or will be receiving. Dapat always humble ka pa din. And that will make you more successful. The same with leadership. 'Di ba? Hindi natin kailangan ipagmayabang kung anong nagawa natin sa organization. Kung napatakbo natin ng maganda yung organization, hindi natin kailangan ipagmayabang. Because kailangan, as a leader, as an essential quality of a good leader, humility. Humble lang tayo palagi. Okay? Kasi may mga leaders na sinasabi pa nila, kung hindi dahil sa akin, hindi naman ganyan kaganda yung organization na yan. Kung hindi dahil sa akin, kung hindi sa galing ko, hindi ganyan yung organization na yan. No. Okay? Kaya kayo, as a leader, reflect, ganun ba yung ginagawa ninyo? Or ganun na ba yung tingin ninyo sa sarili ninyo? Okay? Actually, guys, being humble and being vulnerable with their team members, with your team members will make you or will make a leader much more relatable and much more effective. 'Di ba? Kasi kung nagyayabang ka na, baka iba na din yung tingin sa ng mga group members mo. Okay? So that is humility. The next one is resilience. Okay, resilience. The true grit of a good leader is not how they perform during good times, but how they perform during difficult times. Diba? How they produce or how they actually perform when times gets difficult. Great leaders with positive attitude lead by example and rally their team no matter the circumstance is. Okay, it's this inherent positivity that helps react to situations with a calm, collected manner and focus on solutions rather than on problems. Actually, resilience is a good quality. It's one of the leadership qualities that are earned from experience. Okay, nakukuha natin to, yung leadership quality na to, through our experience in leadership. Diba? Leadership also means being able to adapt and nimble with the situation, whether it is good situation or bad situation. Kasi mas makikita natin kung good leader ka ba talaga sa panahon madaming problema yung dumadating sa organization. Ngayon, kung good leader ka, how will you handle these situations? How will you solve or devise solution to actually solve these problems? And that makes you a good leader. Kung kaya mo i-overcome yung lahat ng problems na kinaharap ng grupo ninyo or ng organization ninyo in a very good and effective way. Okay? Resilience. Because we all know that nothing ever goes according to plan. Whether you encounter minor roadblocks or large obstacles, you will need to be prepared to stop, to reassess, and determine a new course of action. Kasi baka yung solution na ginagamit ninyo is hindi na applicable sa problema na kinaharap ng organization. Kasi lang baka nasanay ka na yun yung palaging solution ninyo, yun na yung ginagamit mo. No, hindi dapat ganon. Kailangan tayong mag-assess. Applicable pa ba itong solution natin or kailangan nating mag-devise ng another solution to actually solve the problems that our organization face. No? Kailangan always prepared tayo. Hindi lang laging good times kasi merong bad times talaga. And that is natural. Okay? Sinabi natin na itong leadership quality na to is na-earn through experience because kung very experienced leader ka na, alam mo na agad kung paano i-handle yung problema. So mga baguhan pa lang naman, seek advice. No, tanungin natin yung mga group members natin kung ano ba sa tingin ninyo yung mas okay na solution sa problem na ito. Because actually, good leaders will embrace the ever-changing nature of your organization and meet and solve the challenges with a flexible attitude and be able to build and inspire the same willingness to adapt in those around them. Okay? Or in those around you. Kailangan natin flexible tayo palagi. Okay, that is resilience as a quality of being a good leader. Now, when it comes to vision, isa to sa pinaka-importanting qualities. Okay? Kanina, doon sa unang slides, kailangan natutulungan mo yung members mo or yung followers mo to work and to move forward achieving a particular vision, a particular organizational vision. No? According to John Maxwell, I suppose you all know John Maxwell, no? He's a very good yan, he's a very good motivational speaker, no? Marami tayong matututunan kay John Maxwell. Actually, karamihan sa mga motivational speaker natin dito sa Pilipinas is nag-train kay John Maxwell. So according to John Maxwell, people buy into the leader before they buy into the vision. Okay? Kailangan good leader clearly or should clearly set an organizational direction and exercise keen decisiveness, because decision making is the key to new ideas and ensuring the team or the organization to actually know the bottom line and understand the goals and the mission in front of them. Kasi kung organization kayo, ano yung purpose ninyo? Ano yung vision ninyo? Ikaw as a leader, ano yung vision mo? Ano yung gusto mong mangyari dito sa organization na to? 'Di ba? Or ano yung gusto mong mangyari dito sa grupo na to? Baka naging leader ka lang, pero wala ka namang vision. Paano mo ngayon yan mai-impluwensyahan yung group members mo or yung followers mo to move forwards or to move towards achieving your vision? 'Di ba? So importante, kailangan i-set mo clearly yung goal mo sa organization. Paano mo ma-improve si organization? Paano mo papatakbuhin si organization? Kasi kung wala tayong clear vision, medyo mahirap 'yon. Vision is actually one of the leadership qualities that people assume you are born with. 'Di ba? Kasi madalas pag naging leader tayo, gusto ko sa isang organization na to, dapat in 1 year ganito na kami. Dapat in 2 years ganito yung takbo ng organization. 'Di ba? So parang natural na sa atin 'yon. Hindi ka naman ata uupo diyan for the sake na matawag kang leader. 'Di ba? Dapat meron kang vision and clearly stated yung vision mo. Perhaps this is the most or this is the greatest quality that a leader should have, yung vision. It is the ability to see the big picture of where the organization or the team they are working with is headed. Diba? Kanina sinasabi ko nga, saan patungo yung organization mo? And paano mo gagawin or ano yung mga paraan na gagawin mo para makapunta kayo doon sa gusto mong puntahan ng organization mo. Collectively, dapat lahat kayo umaangat. Hindi lang ikaw as a leader ang umaangat, dapat kasama mo yung mga group members mo sa pag-angat. Because kung pababayaan mo sila, that is a question of leadership. Diba? Now, influence. Some leaders actually believe that when they attain a certain level of leadership status and those leadership qualities na na-mention natin, parang sa kanila yon. Parang tinitignan nila yung sarili nila as Kaya nangyari yon dahil sa akin. Kasi ganito akong leader, ma-impluwensya na akong leader. But that is not the case. No, that is not the case. Leadership and influence are not interchangeable, and there are times that respect has to be earned and not given. Okay? Equally important as having a vision is the ability to convey that vision to others and get them excited to work about it or towards achieving that particular vision. This means maintaining a positive yet a realistic presence within the organization and helping them or helping team members stay motivated and engaged. And remember what it is that they are working for. No? Kailangan mo as a leader, impluwensyahan yung members mo na magtrabaho din or work din to achieve your vision. So, interconnected. Actually, lahat naman to connected eh. Di ba? Hindi lang basta-basta influence sa social media kung gusto mo niya social influencer ka or what yung sa tingin mo. Ang kailangan mo influensyahan na magandang influensya is yung team members mo to move, to work, towards achieving your organizational vision. Ano? Okay? Yan yung sinasabi nating influence. Baka nga meron kang vision pero you lack influence sa mga team members mo. Guys, dapat ganito tayo. Pero hindi mo naman sila na-motivate masyado. Hindi mo naman sila na-impluwensyahan na samahan ka sa pag-achieve ng goal mo o ng vision mo. Okay? Kaya kanina, sinabi ko sa definition pa lang na take note of the word influence because it plays a crucial part in leadership. Okay? Kailangan samahan tayo ng group members natin para i-achieve yung goal na gusto natin para sa grupo or para sa organization natin. No? In our present political landscape, some people say that influence like a dirty word. No, parang tinitignan natin yung influence dirty word sa present political landscape natin ngayon. But being able to convince people through a logical, emotional, and cooperative appeals is a component of being an inspiring and being an effective leader. Okay? Paulit-ulit mong sinasabi, influence in leadership is important. So, hindi siya yung influence na tinitignan natin sa political landscape. Iba yon. Di ba? Ma-influensya siya, pero mali naman yung ginagawa niya. Ma-influensya siya, pero hindi naman for the common good yung ginagawa niya. Dapat, yung influence natin towards a common good. Di ba? Para sa lahat, para sa ikabubuti ng lahat. At alam natin sa sarili mismo natin na tama yung ginagawa natin. May mga taong may impluwensya pero hindi tama yung kanilang impluwensya. Okay? But take note that influence is actually different from manipulation. Now, influence is different from manipulation and it needs to be done authentically and transparently. It requires emotional intelligence and trust. Para mas ma-impluwensyahan mo yung tao mo, dapat may tiwala sila sa iyo. And how can you build your trust? How can you gain their trust? Nasa sa'yo yan as a leader. Okay? So para may impluwensya ka, kunin mo yung tiwala nila. Diba? Sa present political landscape natin, tingnan nyo na lang yung setup. Ano ba yung ginagawa nila? Baka pwede natin yung i-apply sa organization ninyo. Now, positivity. Leaders inspire their team not based on their own goals or outcomes, but on their exhibited behavior, life outlook, and attitude in any given situation. Okay? It is often said that members or employees or organizational members exhibit a behavior of their leaders or the managers, and good leaders need to lead by example at all times while mirroring how they want their team to act. Okay? This comes down to positivity. Even the calmest workplace can get stressful at times. Ano? It is more important how leaders react to this stress with a positive outlook rather than get flustered and place blame. Diba may problemang kinaharap na yun yung organization? Sino yung sinisi mo? Sinisi mo yung sarili mo? Sinisi mo yung mga members mo kung bakit kung bakit nagkaroon ng ganong problema? Attitude ba yon or quality ba yon ng isang good leader? The answer is no. Diba? Kasi even kilala na natin yung members natin, pwede pa rin maging stressful yung workplace. Pwede pa rin magkaroon ng problema within that particular organization. Pwedeng intrinsic or extrinsic yung problem. And how will you handle that? Diba? Baka nangarag ka na, isang problema lang, tarantang-taranta ka na, isang problem lang na encounter ninyo, hindi mo na alam kung anong gagawin mo. You have to develop positivity. That yes, we have a problem, we are facing a problem, but we are sure, or you are sure, that you are going to solve the problem. Without compromising the goal of the organization or your life principles. Diba? Being positive and during stressful or unfortunate situation is a sign of strength. It is a sign of strength. It is a sign that even though things are not going as planned, you can still keep your head on straight and lead your people. Okay? Baka hindi mo na kaya simpleng problema may dumating, say for example ganito. May inorganize kayong isang event. Tapos, during the event mismo, hindi, parang may isang kulang na gamit, may isang hindi na paghandaan na gagamitin. Now, paano mo i-solve ngayon yung problem na yon? Diba, matataranta ka ba? I-blame mo ba sa iba? Bakit nagkaroon ng ganoong problema? Kailangan positive ka lang. Kailangan yung decision-making skill mo, mabilis. Na masusolusyonan mo yung problema, pero hindi mako-compromise yung event. Mabibigyan mo ng solusyon yung problema na hindi nasisira yung event. Okay? Next is delegation. Delegation, actually there is a difficult transition from many leaders in shifting from doing to leading. Okay, medyo mahirap na transition yan. From doing to leading. Many new leaders or neophyte leaders are some accustomed to doing all the work themselves and struggle to let others handle responsibilities on their own. Okay? May mga leader po kasi na madalas ayaw niyang ibigay sa iba, kaya siya na lang. I know, not naman sa ayaw, pero mas gusto niya, may mga tao kasi na mas nakakapagtrabaho kung siya lang ang gumagawa. Okay? But as a leader, you should know how to delegate. You should know how to delegate tasks, how to delegate work to your group members or to your organizational members. Diba? Ako in my case, feeling ko mas kaya kong gawin yung isang bagay or mas mabilis kong gawin yung isang bagay kung ako lang mag-isa yung gagawa. Pero as a leader, kailangan nating matuto na ay etong bagay na to, kaya to ni ganito, ni group member A, so siya na ang gagawa. Etong bagay na to, kaya to ni group member B, so ibibigay ko na sa kanya. Now, ano yung importansya ng delegation? Diba? Mas magiging efficient yung trabaho. May division of labor. Ikaw as a leader, kailangan mo na lang oversight doon sa mga taong dinelegate mo to do the work. And recommend if may possible recommendation ka para mas mapabuti yung ginawa nila, sabihin mo. Okay? Kasi delegation is important. Hindi naman lahat na ikaw ang leader, lahat ikaw ang magtatrabaho. Hindi ganon. Although sa thesis nangyayari yun, well, dumbbell yung isa, dumbbell yung iba, pero dapat sa organization hindi ganon. Okay? May mga kagrupo talaga tayo minsan. In our experience, I think lahat naman tayo naka-experience na may nakagrupo tayong parang sinasabi nating walang ambag, no? Pero dapat leader, marunong tayo mag-delegate. Hatiin niyo yung trabaho. In that way, mas mapapabilis yung takbo ng trabaho. Okay? That is how important delegation is. Lastly, confidence. Now, to be an effective leader, you need to roll up and take charge. You need to take charge. No, this includes being confident enough to lead, knowing that your plans and visions are not only viable for the team, but it is the best or it is the absolute best decision possible. Now, being confident in every situation is one of the leadership qualities that you must develop. This is actually very important than yung confidence. Because you cannot be an effective leader if you are not confident on yourself mismo. Ay, takot ako sa ganito, takot ako sa ganyan. Paano ka magiging effective leader kung ikaw mismo, parang, yun yung problema sa'yo. Okay? Being confident in every situation is one of the leadership qualities that you must develop. Because truly, great leaders are able to be confident during any situation even if they feel fear. Well, usual naman sa atin na makaramdam ng takot, usual naman sa atin na makaramdam ng kaba before an event or before organizing an event or before an activity. Pero, as a leader, you need to be confident. Diba? Positivity nga, diba, kaganina. Because if you lack self-confidence in taking a leadership role, people will spot that quickly. Diba? Makikita agad yun ng tao. Parang hindi siya confident sa ginagawa niya. Parang hindi niya alam yung ginagawa niya. Diba? Parang may problema akong nakikita sa kanya. Diba? Mabilis pa naman mang-judge ang iba. Diba? The more that you believe in yourself, the more you'll be able to manage any stressful situation. Diba? Kasi may tiwala ka sa sarili mo. Alam mo sa sarili mo na kaya mo. Alam mo sa sarili mo na kaya mong solusyonan or mabigyan ng solusyon yung problema, and alam mo na kaya mong lusutan yung stressful situation na iyon. A good leader will be able to think critically about the organization or the team they are working with and develop a clear understanding of their strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. If you are familiar with yung tinatawag nating SWOT analysis, di ba, sa organization, maganda tong gawin during leadership trainings. Dapat i-identify natin ano yung strengths ng organization, ano yung weakness ng organization, ano yung opportunities na meron sa organization, ano yung threats na meron sa organization. Okay? So, I suggest, kung magkakaroon man kayo ng leadership conference in the future, gawin nyo tong SWOT analysis para makita nyo sa organization ninyo ano yung kailangan improve, ano yung kailangan gawin para mas maging effective yung organization ninyo. Okay. That's all about confidence. So you will be, as a leader, you will be able to course correct when necessary and be able to assess the work that you do to determine how it fits into an overall organizational strategy and goals. Okay? So, next slide. So basically, one of the Ang sabi dito, basahin natin, every leader has an urge to lead, inspire, and contribute to the greater good. And this is why you need the right leadership qualities to guide you. No one can own all these leadership qualities. It is consistent effort and a self-belief that paves the path. Leaders should therefore be mindful and exercise these leadership skills for for sustainable growth. Now, one of the key ways to become a good leader is to be self-aware, to understand your strengths and your flaws or your weaknesses. Okay? And build an authentic leadership style that is true to who you are and how you do your best work. You want if you want to be the best possible leader that you can be and not try to fit into a mold set by someone else, then you should try to embrace the things that make you who you are. Now, embrace the things that makes you who you are, and that will naturally translate into you developing an authentic leadership style. No, kasi wala namang ideal. Yung diniscuss natin kanina, essential qualities. Kung magiging good leader ka, yun yung mga most basic qualities na dapat i-possess mo. Pero, pwede ka mag-devise ng own your authentic leadership style, no? And ikaw mismo sa sarili mo, i-assess mo. Kung leader ka ngayon ng isang organization, ano yung kailangan nito? Ano yung problema nito? Ano yung strengths and weaknesses? Paano masosolve yung weaknesses? Paano ma-address yung weaknesses? Paano mas ma-improve pa yung strengths? No? So therefore you can build your own leadership style. No? Huwag mong ilagay yung sarili mo, ay gusto ko tong style na to, ay gusto ko tong etong style na to. Because you can actually build your own leadership style na actually mag-fit sa kung anong ang need ng organization ninyo. Okay? So, I encourage everyone to actually mobilize, no, to organize yourselves, 'di ba? To mobilize, to organize yourselves, because as youth leaders, this is very important, no? We are regarded as the building blocks or the foundation of this team. 'Di ba? Madalas nating sinasabi na kabataan yung pag-asa ng bayan, no? 'Di ba? Very cliche pakinggan, pero that is actually true. We are the building blocks and we are the foundation of this we are the future of this country, and we should enable ourselves to actually help in community or in nation building. So I encourage you mobilize and organize yourselves and tumulong tayo para nakikita naman natin yung problema, tumulong tayo kung paano mabigyan ng solusyon yung problema. Diba? Because maybe we are partners of the government in nation building or community building today, but tomorrow or in the future, we will be the leaders. We will lead this country, we will lead our own respective community, and let us develop ourselves. Let us try to develop these qualities sa atin mismo para pag tayo na yung nasa posisyon na yan, alam natin kung ano ang gagawin. Diba? Simulan natin sa maliit, and eventually that will pave the way towards a genuine success. That will pave the way to actually better nation building. Diba? Nakita na natin ang problema na alam na natin yung problema. Ngayon, gawin natin, paano natin susolusyonan yung problema. Okay? So, be an outstanding leader. Be a very good leader. Be an outstanding leader. No? Develop your own leadership styles. Develop yourself. Yung mga qualities na kailangan pa natin. Kasi, walang ibang makakapag-assess ng sarili natin kundi tayo mismo. Ano ba yung kakayahan ko? Ano pa ba yung meron ako? Ano ba yung wala sa akin? Ano pa ba yung kaya kong i-improve para maging magaling na leader ako in the future? Or even now, sa mga organization na ginagalawan ninyo. Okay? So again, mobilize, organize yourself, be an outstanding, and be a great leader. So I believe that concludes my discussion for this afternoon. Thank you very much, and once again, good afternoon, everyone.
Ayan, salamat po,
Thank you so much po,
sir.
sir.
At masyadong siksik ang ating discussion sa
Yes.
second topic. So parang napuno tayo ng mga information or knowledge about the qualities of a good leader, leadership styles, at
Yes.
saka syempre yung mga different mga characteristics nga ng pagiging good leader. So meron sir mga reactions at parang yung iba nag-agree, so iba parang nasa middle sila sir. So, okay lang po ba we entertain some questions before po tayo mag-end?
Yes, sure. But I think I can accommodate a couple of questions lang, no? But I have another commitment kasi.
Sige,
Sige po,
And,
sige.
sir.
pero okay lang, sige po.
Sige, mga
Sure.
2 to 3 lang, sir. Kasi sir, yung itong nasa
Yeah, sure, sure.
nila, nandiyan pa ba kayo mga Dicomsinian? So, kasama pa natin yung mga from BPED English, mga BEd students. So, yan, pakinggan po natin yung sagot ni sir. Yung iba po, sir, parang gusto lang nila ma-clarify yung pagkakaiba ng confidence and arrogance. Kasi parang sabi nila, parang pag too confident naman, parang yung overconfidence could
Nagiging
also,
bossy.
parang hindi
Mm.
naman maganda yon. So, how would you define yung confidence and then yung pagkakaiba niya sa arrogance?
Actually, diniscuss natin ang confidence kanina as a quality, as an essential quality of a good leader. Hindi naman talaga siya dapat i-equate natin sa arrogance. Because there are two extremes. They are different things. Now, we should understand, or we should draw the line, very thin line, between the difference of these two. No, kasi as an individual, kaya naman nating makita. Ang problema kasi sa atin, baka sa tingin natin, arrogante na yung tao or pinagmamalaki na niya yung siya or kung merong anong siya. Diba? It's more on how you perceive that individual. It's more on the personality of the individual na makikita natin, ay, parang hindi na to confidence, parang arrogance na to. No, it's within the personality of the individual na tayo mismo ang makakapag-assess. So it is a case-to-case basis kasi po eh. Diba? So parang walang exact definition na ganito ang confidence, ganito ang arrogance. No, it is a case-to-case basis.
Thank you so much for the clarification.
Oo nga naman. Thank you,
Yes,
sir.
sana nalinawan yung mga viewers natin about being confident and pagiging arrogant.
Baka mukhang arrogant lang ang dating.
Pero alam niyo sa sarili niya, hindi naman talaga.
So, let's get to know more the person.
Yes.
Yan.
Before we judge, before we give our comments.
Yes, oo.
And ito pa,
Yes
sir,
po.
meron din naman silang nasabi kanina na that a leader, yung parang someone with a heart. Hindi lang daw, parang
Puro
heart,
mind.
not mind naman daw.
Opo.
How would we put a balance on that naman po? Yung parang heart and mind ng isang leader.
Doon pa lang sa start ng discussion, yung influence yung in-emphasize natin sa context ng leadership. That is actually parang doon sa effective na part na din ng being a leader. Kasi hindi naman palagi intellectual capacity yung titignan natin. Matalino, gawin nating leader. Matalino, gawin natin presidente, gawin nating vice president and everything. Being a good leader is actually on influencing other individual or your group members to actually work and to move towards the success of your own group or your organization. No, hindi natin kailangan palagi na intellectual capacity ang tignan. Hindi palaging mind, no, hindi palaging talino, dapat merong puso. Actually tama siya, dapat merong puso, no? Kasi it's more on influencing the individual. It's more on motivating the people to unleash their full potentials and to actually work towards the betterment or towards the success of your group. Kasi nilagay ko sa yung context ng discussion sa isang organization. Okay po?
Thank you po, sir, for clarifying also. So, siguro if we could add, as a teacher, di ba, sir, tinitignan natin yung knowledge and yung skills and yung values. Siguro sa mind would fall the knowledge and then yung values, yung heart naman, mahalaga ding tignan yun as a leadership quality. Yung kanilang values. Okay. So, meron pa sir na isa na lang siguro, yung parang pagdating naman po sa ano daw, sa goals and sa roles. Sabi ng isa pong nag-comment, leadership is not all about the position or the role. It's about the goal. What is your reaction or comment on that, sir?
Yes, oo. Yun yung ina-emphasize po natin kaganina pa na it's not about the position na ino-occupy mo sa isang organization. Because, again, babalik ka natin, it's about motivating people, it's about influencing people to work towards the common goal or the common good ng isang ng organization as a whole. 'Di ba? Hindi lang ako yung leader, ako yung ganito. Ako yung leader, ako dapat yung masusunod. Hindi laging ganon because it's more on motivating the individuals or group members or it's more on influencing your group members to actually act towards the success of your organization. So it's not about naman talaga on the position na meron ka sa organization. 'Di ba? Kaya nga sinabi ko kaganina, all of us are leaders in our own little ways, no? Kahit wala tayong position, kahit wala tayong occupy na position sa organization, sa community, we can be leaders, no? So I think I made it clear the difference between managers and leaders. And managers the difference between managers and leaders. Okay? Thank you po.
Oo
Thank you so
nga.
much, sir.
Nabanggit yan kanina ni sir, yung difference between leaders and managers.
Yes. So thank you so much again, sir, for that wonderful topic na diniscuss mo sa amin, and thank you for sharing your thoughts and sa pag-clarify sa amin on how to be a good leader. Thank you so much, sir. So now we are going to present to you
Thank
the
you.
certificate of commendation, but before that, please allow me, sir, to read the citation. Republic of the Philippines Commission on Higher Education, Daraga Community College, Salvacion Daraga Albay, Student Affairs and Services College Student Council. This certificate of commendation is hereby awarded to Mr. Vincent Orpiada Nicol in recognition of his service in sharing invaluable knowledge and expertise as resource speaker during the Leadership Webinar Workshop Series with the theme Student Leadership in Distance Learning held on May 22, 29, and June 5, 2021 at CARE 104.3 The Way FM. Given this 29th day of May 2021 via Zoom at CARE 104.3 The Way FM at Legazpi City, Albay. Signed by CSC Advisor Mr. Arnold M. Dalosa, SAS Coordinator Mr. J.F. Nase, our College Dean Dr. Melvin M. Guyena, and to our college administrator Dr. Joey M. Zamora. Once again, sir, maraming salamat po.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for inviting me again. Let me just take this opportunity to actually to promote lang
Apo.
if I may.
Sige po.
Sige po, sir.
Okay. Actually, isa sa mga hinahawakan namin dito sa office is the community colleges. So I think we have conducted several programs na and activities with Daraga Community College, and we are actually thankful na palagi namang active yung DCOMC sa lahat ng mga activities namin kasi we work on the development of our youths. The development of the youth sector. So thank you very much, Daraga Community College, and to the College Student Council, to the advisors, Sir Arnold. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to actually share my insight on this topic. Thank you.
Thank you so
Opo.
much,
At
sir.
marami din sir nagpapasalamat sa inyo. Sabi ni Jordan, well discussed po ang mga topics ni sir.
Yes.
And sabi naman ni Renalyn Ariate, thank you sir, dami po naming natutunan. And also, nagpapa-shoutout ang mga nandito pa kasama pa natin, mga third year BA Ed, Block 5. Siyempre, nandiyan pa yung BPED, third year students, BS Ed, second year English E, at marami pang iba.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, so yan po, dyan po nagtatapos ang ating two-day, second day series po ng ating student leadership in distance learning. At salamat po sa inyong active participation. Alam ko po na ang iba brand out sa area ninyo at mahaba din po yung time at yung data na ginamit ninyo. So kung wala po kayo sa ating ating Facebook Live ay hindi din po magiging um,
Successful.
fruitful.
Yes.
Oo, ang ating discussion sa hapong ito. So,
Yeah.
may gusto ka pa bang pasalamatan?
Once again, we would like to extend our deepest gratitude to Care 104.3 The Way FM for accommodating Daraga Community College as we have webinar like this. And of course, to our administrator, Dr. Joey M. Zamora, to our college dean, Dr. Melvin M. Guyena, to our student affair and services coordinator, Sir J.F. Nasi, and to our other DECOMC staff, to the mathematics club headed by Mr. Joey Mantes, and science club headed by Mr. Joey Locas, and of course ating mga active viewers kanina pang nakakasubaybay sa atin. And we would like also to thank Mr. Gerald Codilla and Joshua Nunez, the main editors of our videos and presentations. Sobrang ganda ng mga editing nila.
Yes.
Kaya well presented yung mga videos. And of course, ating mga nag-intermission numbers, si Miss Clarence Joy and si Miss Christine Joy. And of course, we would like to extend din the gratitude for Madam Clarence sa pagkikisama sa amin throughout this webinar.
Thank you so much din,
po.
Jasper, yan, for allowing me to be your partner this afternoon. At sabi naman ni Jordan Banania, galing talaga ng CSC. Kudos. Wow.
Thank you po. And I would like to take this opportunity, ma'am, to thank personally the College Student Council officers, most especially po ang aming advisor na si Sir Arnold, and the SAS coordinator po, si Sir JF Nasi, for appointing me as one of the moderators of this webinar. It's a great, amazing opportunity to share my knowledge or my skills in communicating. Thank you so much po.
Yes. At saka singer din ito si Jasper. Baka siya nang susunod na mag-intermission number. Okay, so thank you sa inyong lahat for staying with us. At abangan nyo po itong important announcement before we end. So let us listen to some important reminders from CSE regarding the Day 3 seminar.
Sa inyong lahat. Nandito ako upang magbigay ng mga paalala dapat ninyong gawin bago at pagkatapos ng ating third day webinar workshop na may tema Student Leadership in Distance Learning. Nagaganapin sa susunod na Sabado, June 5, 2021. Narito ang mga dapat nating gawin bago ang ating webinar. Una, secure the letter of intent and send it to my email at haniliasaituno101213@gmail.com. Ito ang pangunahing upang kayo ay maging bahagi ng ating interactive workshop na kung saan hanggang June 2 ng 12 a.m. na lamang ang pagtanggap namin nito. Pangalawa, siguraduhin ding kayo ay nakapag-post evaluation sa una at pangalawang araw ng ating webinar workshop series. Pangatlo, ang ating third day webinar ay limitado lamang sa 200 na kalahok. Pang-apat, ang 200 ay dapat makapasok sa official FB group para sa third day webinar. Upang makapasok, ay mangyaring i-add ang aking FB account na Hanili Asaituno na ipopost namin sa CSE page pagkatapos ng second day webinar na ito. Panglima, hintayin ang imbitasyon upang maging opisyal na kalahok sa third day webinar. Narito naman ang mga paalala pagkatapos ng third day webinar. Una, kinakailangan ninyong magsumite ng mga gawain na ibinigay ng speaker na kung saan ay hanggang June 6, 12 a.m. na lamang ang pagtanggap namin ito. Pangalawa, ang mga kalahok na nakapagsumite ng kanilang mga outputs bago o mismo sa itinalagang araw at oras ng pagsumite ay sila lamang ang makakatanggap ng Certificate of Completion. Salamat po.
Thank you
so much po, Mami Hanili, for that announcement. And dagdag lang po sa mga announcement from our SAS coordinator about the filing of Certificate of Candidacy on this June 2021. Abangan na lang po ang announcement sa Daraga Community College page, Student Affairs and Services page and College Student Council Facebook page. Maraming salamat po.
So maraming salamat sa inyong lahat na nanood ng ating second day
Yes.
webinar. So thank you kila April Joy, kay Bobit, kay
Still
talagang
alive.
andito pa sila si Nino, si Jordan na
Yes.
very active. At sa inyong lahat po na nakasama
Mm.
namin sa hapong ito, thank you for joining us here at Care
Thank you po.
104.3 The Way FM. At syempre po kasama ang Daraga Community College, our partner, together with Jasper at ang lahat po ng mga CSC officers. We would like to greet you a blessed afternoon and sana ay marami kayong natutunan sa webinar na ito.
And of course, before we talagang i-end ang ating webinar, we would like to present the Certificate of Appreciation to the Dewey 104.3. Before that, ma'am, let me read the citation po. Republic of the Philippines Commission on Higher Education, Daraga Community College, Salvacion Daraga Albay, Student Affairs and Services College Student Council. This certificate of appreciation is hereby awarded to FEBC Philippines Care 104.3 The Way FM in recognition for being partner for the Leadership Webinar Workshop Series with the theme Student Leadership in Distance Learning held on May 2022, 29 and June 5, 2021 at Care 104.3 The Way FM. Given this 29th day of May 2021 via Zoom at Care 104.3 The Way FM at Legazpi City, Albay. Signed by CSC Advisor Mr. Arnold M. Dolosa, SAS Coordinator Mr. J.F. Nase, our College Dean Dr. Melvin M. Guyana, and College Administrator Dr. Joey M. Zamora. Thank you so much po.
Yan. And thank you po sa DCOMC at saka ibibigay po natin to sa ating station manager kay Ma'am Raquel Camolandong.
Thank you
So,
po, ma'am.
we would also like to invite you to join us sa celebration ng Care 104.3 The Way FM. 73rd na po na anniversary ng FEBC Philippines and this will be on June 5th. So, join po kayo. Parang din siya, webinar for mga inspiring stories naman ang inyong mapapakinggan. So again, thank you po sa inyong lahat for joining us at don't forget to answer or fill out your
The post-evaluation.
post-evaluation form. Sige po, paalam po. God
Thank you
bless.
po.
Bye.